Good morning, once again. Good morning. Good morning. Please, those of us on our phones, the program is about to start, so let's all bring our attention here so we can start. We would like to apologize for the late start of the program once again. We wanted to have as many students as possible because the event is for you. I think we've waited enough, and so we will start while the other colleagues come to join. So welcome to today's program, and thank you for coming. The university administrative setup has been structured in such a way that when the university admits you, the university gives you to different arms of the university. So the university in this case becomes the great-great-grandparent. And then on your admission letters, they told you you are under this college. So the college becomes your great-grandparent. And then in there, you also told you belong to a school. So the school becomes your grandparent. And in there also, you were attached to your parent department. So the department becomes your parent, okay? And we are using this family structure to crave your indulgence, to know that you have not just come to a school, coming to extract information and knowledge from people and go. It's a nurturing space that we are providing for you. And so treat your department, treat the school, treat the college, and treat your university as a family, as one body, as one community. And in that regard, your great-grandparent, the School of Social Sciences that you belong, has organized this program through the able leadership of our Dean, Professor Mavis Dakon Jeke, to help you know the department you belong, and that is your parents, and the school, that is your grandparent, okay? So please put that at the back of your mind. We are here to help you find your way around the university, because the university is so big, but if you are not careful, you will become a lone ranger. So this event is for you. Please make the best use of it, and if you have any problem, we are a family. We are not just a school institution. Put that at the back of your mind. So on that note, we want to officially start the program by inviting the school's administrator, Mrs. Mabel Amapinkra, to give us an opening prayer and the welcome address. Let's welcome Madam Mabel with a hand of applause.
Hi, good morning. Shall we say a word of prayer? Our Lord and Master, we thank you so much for an opportunity such as this. We thank you for the gift of today. We thank you for the opportunity to have this program. We commit everyone into your hands. We ask that you would steer the affairs of this morning. And we also pray that our freshers will have a listening heart, that whatever we discuss this morning, Father, they will be able to do it and will help them. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen. Okay, so thank you. Welcome to the School of Social Sciences. On behalf of the School Management Committee and the school administration, we warmly welcome you to the School of Social Sciences. Congratulations on your successful admission and on reaching this important milestone in your academic journey. You have joined one of the most vibrant schools, and you would get to know in the course of your 4 years. The most vibrant school on campus and the largest within the College of Humanities. The School of Social Sciences emerged from Faculty of Social Science in 2014-2015 academic year, following the university's transition to a decentralized collegiate system. Since its restructuring, the school has been led by distinguished deans and is currently under the able leadership of Professor Mavis Dakon. The school comprises of 6 departments, and you see it on the board where we have the Department of Economics, Department of Geography and Resource Development, Department of Political Science, Department of Psychology, Social Work, and Sociology. Together, these departments provide a rich academic environment that provides critical thinking, ethical awareness, and a deep understanding of society. As you begin your academic journey, remember that you are a part of a legacy of excellence and integrity. Your time here will be challenged, and we ask that, but we are still encouraging you to engage actively with your lecturers and peers, participate in academic and co-curricular activities, and make responsible use of the resources and support systems available to you. Please, once again, you are most welcome to the School of Social Sciences. We wish you a fulfilling time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give another round of applause for the school administrator, Mrs. Mabel Pinkra-Sowate. Before we continue with the program, we've been honored to have some important personalities in our midst, and so we are going to do a quick round of introduction and acknowledgement of these personalities. So the first on our list will be the Dean of the School of Social Sciences, Professor Mavis Darkon-Jake. Let's acknowledge her. Then we have Her Excellency Professor Margaret Jan, who used to be one of the council members of state. So we are really honored to have you, Prof. Thank you so much that you were able to make time out of your busy schedules. Then we have our heads of departments. We have Professor Inkechi Owu, who is representing the head of department for economics. We have myself here, who is representing the head of department for geography and resource development. We have Professor Isaac Osu-Bensa, political science department. Professor at the back, he's waving at us. Thank you, Prof. We have Professor Adote Anum, head of department, psychology. We have Dr. Jones Edujemfi, head of department, social work. And we have Professor Fidelia Ohemen, representing the head of department for sociology. Now, in addition to our heads of departments, we also have other key personalities in our midst. So when I was talking about the family structure, I forgot to mention that beyond the parents, we also have uncles and aunties. So beyond the departments and the school and the college and the university as a body, we have our branches. So we have, for instance, the ITD, Information Technology Directorate, formerly known as UGCS. So the former UGCS rep is here, Mr. Mr. Walter Brown. Mr. Walter Brown, please give us a wave. So all of the Sakai and IT things, we have a branch that handles that. Then we also have our college academic office, and he's been represented by Dr. Amachi. So Dr. Amachi, thank you so much also for joining us. And we have Office of the Dean of Students Affairs. She's not yet here. Then we have Careers and Counseling Directorate, Madam Edwina, representing the boss. Thank you very much. And the Center for Disability Studies and Advocacy, Professor Yendok. Thank you so much for coming, Prof. Students Financial Aid, Madam Selina is also here. Thank you. So together we have all these important personalities in our midst to help us have a very wonderful program. So please pay attention not just with your bodies, but also with your minds. So please pay attention and participate in this program. Next on the list is to receive the remarks from the Dean of the School of Social Sciences. Let's welcome Professor Mavis Dakujake.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sowate and Prof. Amankwa for starting the program for us. Her Excellency Professor Ivy Jan, other distinguished professionals here, our respected heads of departments and faculty members, my hard-working members of the Students Associations Oversight Committee, staff, executives of our departmental association, students associations, continuing students who are present here, and our cherished first-year students. Good morning to you all. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the School of Social Sciences. On behalf of the heads of departments, all faculty and staff, I extend my sincere congratulations to you all for gaining admission to the premier university and especially to the School of Social Sciences. Your presence here today is the result of your dedication and academic merits. You have truly earned your place, and I'm very proud of you all. The School of Social Sciences is the largest school at the University of Ghana, with diverse courses as well as students and faculty from different backgrounds and disciplines. In this school, we aspire to be a beacon of excellence through quality teaching, research, and community engagement. Thus, our courses are designed to equip students with analytical skills and practical knowledge. Ultimately, our goal is to produce graduates who are innovative, employable, and entrepreneurs. This is important because the University of Ghana is the nation's hope and glory. This orientation program is beneficial because it aims to introduce you to the structure, culture, rules, and expectations of university and the School of Social Sciences. I therefore entreat all of you to be very attentive and not to be distracted by your phones or your friends, because you will be informed about academic regulations, student support services, and acceptable standards of conduct at the university. Once again, I urge you to pay close attention to all the presentations, take notes where necessary, and ask questions for clarification. The knowledge you will gain today will help you avoid common mistakes and navigate your university life with confidence. Our goal is to ensure that you have a transformative student experience, which is the first of the 5 strategic priorities of the University of Ghana. University life demands a higher level of independence, self-discipline, and time management. You will be required to balance lectures, assignments, independent studies, group work, and personal responsibilities. So I encourage you to cultivate effective and efficient study habits and make good use of the library and other resources available on campus. Beyond academics, I strongly encourage you to take advantage of the many opportunities available outside the classroom. The university provides platforms for student leadership, community engagement, research assistantship, volunteering, sports, and cultural activities. Active participation in these activities would help you develop essential soft skills such as leadership, teamwork, communication, and problem solving. Let empathy guide your interactions with others, since you are all from different backgrounds, cultures, and have different perspectives. I encourage you to uphold the core values of the university, which are integrity, commitment, respect, and loyalty. In addition, I want to emphasize that as you are here, be responsible and resilient. Also, make the best use of resources at the university. Ensure that you register for all your courses on time, and also ensure that all your results appear after writing your IAs and examinations. If they do not, kindly contact your lecturers immediately. Be careful about your relationships and your religion on campus. It might take a lot of your time, so you have to think through that. Also follow the university's rules and regulations. And finally, I will say, make some time to relax as well. My dear fresh students, the journey ahead will be demanding, but it will also be rewarding if you remain disciplined and make the most of every opportunity available to you. Once again, I warmly welcome you to the School of Social Sciences. I wish you a successful orientation program and a memorable academic journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Dean. Let's give another round of applause to appreciate our Dean. I will not attempt to summarize what the Dean said, but I believe you have jotted down some points and some notes. One key thing she mentioned has to do with the university's core values. And if you're able to embrace them, then life will become easier for you. Okay? So what were the 4 values that the Dean spoke about? Anybody? Yes, sir. Integrity, respect, commitment, and loyalty. Let's clap for him. He's a very good student. It means he's here bodily and mentally, and he's following the program. She also talked about your need to what? Pay attention to your academics. Your main preoccupation here in the university is your academics. The others are extracurricular activities. If you prioritize them at the expense of your academics, you may not be able to graduate within your 4 years. So we are saying that find a balance. The university is not only providing the ecosystem for you to study, but to develop and nurture your skills, your capabilities, your talents, your career path. But the main preoccupation is academics. She also talked about the opportunities you must tap into. You are not alone, it's a community. It is said that if you want to walk fast, you walk alone. But if you want to walk far, you work together. So build networks beyond your immediate schoolmates, and that can be a leverage for you to untap so many potentials. So Dean, thank you so much for this wonderful remark, welcome remark, and also advice to our freshers. Next on our program is to receive some words from our heads of departments, our parents. Before we do that, I want us to bring to your attention some housekeeping rules. Please, if you are here, you should have registered at the registration desk, because once the program is done, you will be entitled to a coupon for your lunch. So if you're here and you've not registered, there's a QR code. Nuna, there's a QR code that was on. I'm sure they will project again. Kindly scan the QR code. You can do that as the program goes along. Then we also have the washrooms. So if you want to use the washrooms, please, you exit through the back. You don't use the front to the staircase. Please walk through the back and then go back to the ground floor, just around where you did the registration. You will find the washrooms down there. The dean also mentioned that please reduce your phone time or your screen time. I see some of you on your phones. Please, let's start now. Let's start now. The phone has become a double-edged sword. It's positive, but it can also be negative. As students, let's reduce our screen times and let's follow the proceedings. So on that note, we are going to have the round of remarks by the HODs, and first on our list is Department of Economics, being represented by Professor Nkechi Owu. Let's welcome her with a round of applause, please.
Good morning to the Dean. Good morning to Her Excellency Professor Jan, heads of department and various units on campus, faculty and staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nkechi Owu, and I'm from the Department of Economics. The head of department, Professor Edward Nketiamponsa, would have wanted very much to be here, but unfortunately, he's been called on some other university business. And so he has asked me to step in for him. So I'm very pleased to make these remarks on his behalf. So good morning again to you students, and welcome. On behalf of the head of Department of Economics, I'm delighted to welcome you and also to congratulate you on your admission. You are joining a school with a long-standing tradition of academic excellence, public service, and global relevance. I would like to give you a bit of a background, particularly about the Department of Economics. The Department of Economics offers a range of programs at the undergraduate and postgraduate levels. These are designed to equip students with strong analytical skills, rigorous economic intuition, and practical policy insight. Our programs cover core areas of economics, applied and policy-oriented training, as well as advanced quantitative methods. The point is to prepare students for both academic and professional careers. We are proud of the strength and diversity of our faculty. The department is home to close to 30 highly qualified scholars trained at leading institutions around the world. They have expertise spanning macroeconomics, development economics, health, labor, finance, environmental economics, and public policy. We also take pride in our gender composition with strong and growing representation of women among our faculty, reflecting our commitments to inclusion and excellence. Graduates of this department are highly sought after. Our alumni work across the public and private sectors, international organizations, research institutions, NGOs, central banks, and university, both within Ghana and internationally. The skills that you will acquire are highly transferable across sectors and also across borders. The department has also played a particularly important role in national capacity building at the Bank of Ghana. Over the years, many governors and senior staff of the Bank of Ghana have been trained in this department, underscoring our enduring contribution to economic policy making and national development. We encourage you to take full advantage of the opportunities before you, same as what the Dean already cautioned. Engage deeply with your studies, interact with faculty, ask questions, and think critically about the economic and other social challenges facing Ghana, Africa, and the world. Once again, welcome to the School of Social Sciences, and like the Dean, we wish you a successful and fulfilling academic journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Nkechi Owu. Let's clap our hands again for her, for that excellent delivery. Next on the list is the Department of Geography and Resource Development, and I'm humbled to step in the shoes of my head of department to give a few remarks on the department. So my name is Ebenezer Amankwa. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Geography and Resource Development. And geography, we say, is the mother of all disciplines. We provide the foundation and the basis on which the other disciplines thrive. Think about it. Before you got here, most of you had to use the GPS to locate the venue. When you got here, the temperature was so high that we had to use a cooling system. After here, you are going to get lunch. Where are you going to dispose your waste? Geography is the discipline that connects life and everything that we do. Without geography, it becomes difficult for the other disciplines to operate. So Prof. Nkechi talks about economics. Before the economists will be able to identify the demand and supply factors, they need a space. They need to know where we have what and what can do well where. And so geography is the shelf. It's a shelf on which all the other books are placed. So all the other books used by economists, sociology, psychology, political science, social work, find some bearing to geography. So if you're in the geography department, be proud of yourself. We are one of the oldest departments. We are as old as the University of Ghana when it was founded in 1948. And geographers are everywhere. Geography is not just the study of maps and finding regional capitals or capitals of towns. Geography is a discipline that is multidisciplinary, in that there are three main branches within the discipline. We have physical geography that deals with a lot of the physical features, climate, weather, hydrology. So all the things that happens in nature, the physical mechanics of nature, geographers are there, including what we call, to some extent, even astronomy, because astronomers will need to understand rotation and revolution of the Earth, okay? Including a lot of the things that we see happening even in the geopolitical world. What resource do you have to be able to trade with the global superpowers? Physical geographers are able to help us understand where the mineral resources are, where the risk with regards to disaster are, and so on and so forth. Then we have the second branch of the discipline, which is human geography. Human geography deals with the human interactions with the physical environment. So why is there traffic on Oponglo stretch and not your area? Why is the city of Accra growing the way it is and not like New York, that we all aspire to go there? You want to go holidays in these beautiful cities. Geography, human aspect of the discipline, will help you understand how cities emerge, how they evolve, and how we can contribute to make it better. Then we have the third branch, which is the geospatial science. That has to do with the computer-assisted cartography that have now been computerized into what we call geographic information systems, GIS. Okay? So if you are here, maybe you are a disappointed student, you wanted to do physics, you wanted to do anything about aviation and all of that, you can start with computer-assisted cartography. You learn about bearings, you learn about navigation, and you learn about the geographic information coordinates, how things move where they are. The deliveries that happens to you when you order things, we use the global positioning system, the GPS. It is a brainchild of geographers. So when you're in your homes, you're in your rooms, and you're able to order things and they deliver to you. How does that happen? Because geographers are able to study the coordinate system, the longitudes and latitudes, and they're able to find specific locations of people and places and activities. So if you're in the geography department, you are at the right place. I want to market the department for you in terms of career opportunities. There are so many areas that you can find yourself. Prof. Nkechi talked about the Bank of Ghana governors. Some of them actually are geographers. Yes, some of them are geographers. some ministers are geographers. What happens is because the discipline is so multidisciplinary, once you do geography, it opens you up. There are so many branches of the discipline, and from the first degree, you can top up. We can now give you to the other new departments. It's where you can do your top-ups into business, into finance, and nothing. But the fundamental is to understand how the world works and how things go about. So you can have geographers going into urban planning, right? You always talk about there's traffic in Accra, you talk about the challenges in Accra. Study geography, and the knowledge you get, you can help shape planning, so that planning will always precede development. We don't wait for development to happen before we go and write, stop work, produce permit. That is when development has preceded planning. You can go and study the physical planning, how things are organized in space, where should be the education sector, where should be the health, where should be recreation, commerce, finance, and all the other institutions. So you can study geography and find yourself in all these spaces. Now you also talk about global warming. Increasingly, temperatures are rising, right? In your homes, you experience heat stress. You can study geography and go into climate change and become a climate scientist, right? And you can work in so many places. You can work with the World Meteorological Agency, you can work with Ghana Meteorological Agency, and so many other avenues. You can become a consultant. You can work as an NGO and contribute meaningfully to community department. So geography is not just a department that is going to be offered to you. We are going to offer you a community full of leaders. So beyond the discipline itself being the foundation and the mother of all the other disciplines, geography is a community full of leaders. And geographers have risen through the ranks, even when it comes to university leadership. Okay? So the current provost for the College of Humanities. So your College of Humanities is your what? Great grandparent. You remember the college? The provost there is a geographer, right? And we've had former provosts who have also contributed to the department. So I want to end here. I know I've muddied the waters and I'm going to receive some rebuttals, but still geography is the mother of all disciplines. Thank you very much. I will continue with the next on the list, which is political science. Let's welcome Professor Isaac Owusu-Mensah to help us do that. He's the HOD for political science. Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you very much. You are welcome to the School of Social Sciences. And as my brother said, he has muddied the waters. We will not try to stir it up. To start with, I'm not holding anything. Podcast science, we don't hold anything. We will come and talk. To start with. Prof. Dean, Your Excellency, former Ghana High Commissioner to Canada, a distinguished member of Council of State, Professor Margaret Jan, distinguished professors and HODs, directors. It's a humbling opportunity for me as a HOD of Department of Political Science to welcome our distinguished students who have chosen to be with us at School of Social Sciences. I heard geographers saying that geography is this and geography is this. When we were in the Department of Political Science, young boys and girls at that time, Professor Marco Kwesi said something small. Political science is nothing but a mattress. Who does not sleep on a mattress in this room? Who? Is there anybody here who does not sleep on a mattress? All the discussions in the world, it ends up in politics. And for those of you who are not doing political science, politics is nothing but who gets what, when and how. That's all. So the decision to be in this room is political. Decision to eat is political. Everything you do, who gets what, when and how and why. That's political science. So we will not argue with any department, not at all. To start with, the dean mentioned that the School of Social Science is the biggest school in the university. That is true. But the Department of Podcast Science is the biggest department in Ghana. Our student population is 6,466. We are more than some universities. But we are here for orientation, so we will not go into that. Just to let you know that podcast science is everything. No department can come close, but we are not here for that. We are here to orient you, to welcome you to the School of Social Sciences. I always tell students, university is a community that have all the detractions. In fact, there are detractions in the university than anywhere else. Once you are here, your main purpose is to study. But you have your own students association calling you. Yesterday I was telling my brother and sister in the Legon Hall, your own students association calling you, your church calling you, your JCR calling you, your students association calling you, you have TAIN calling you, TESCON calling you, SRC calling you, all kinds of associations calling you. But you must remember that you are here to study. That's why you are here. So always remember you are here to study. During the orientation, I saw some of you with your parents helping you to go here and there. Don't forget, 2029, they'll be here again to help you to graduate. And I don't think that you want your parents to come here and you have a third class, or you have a second class lower. You want your parents to come here and you have a first class. So if you want your parents to come here, as we say when we were young, chest up, then you must do the needful. And first class is not given by doing things that are gone. It's given by what? Investment in studies. If you invest in your studies, you get a first class. If you don't invest in the studies, there's no magic anywhere. The only magic is to learn. So I encourage all of you, don't let the distractions take over your life. Concentrate on your academic work. When you're going to sleep, ask yourself the question, today have I learned anything new? If you haven't learned anything new, get up from the bed. Go and learn something. Every day you must learn something new. You are here to go through a community. And also we encourage you, make friends. Last semester I was teaching level 400 class and I always have to give it to them because you have sat in this school for 4 years. Your classmates, you don't know their names. So if you go to, you are posted to somewhere to go and do your national service, look as if I know you somewhere. You were in Legon. How? It shouldn't happen to you. Make friends. 15 years to come, you need your friends. 20 years to come, you need your friends. And don't make friends only from your hall. Don't make friends only from your department. Make friends across the university. You have people doing medicine, people doing all kinds of programs here. Make friends with everybody so that you will be connected. You are not here doing a distance program. You are here doing a community program. So you must connect with people here and there. Last one, the dean mentioned, I also want to mention. And I always stand here when I have the opportunity. Before the COVID, I used to teach in Germany, Humboldt University. And when you get up to teach, you teach for 2 hours. Nobody reaches out for the phone. As I'm talking now, people are busy on their phones. It will not help you. The phones are distractions, part of the distractions. Concentrate. You are in lecture room teaching. You have left your room. Bath early in the morning, 7:30, you have gone to your lecture room, and you are there to use your phone. It means that getting up early was useless. You've taken the Uber, you've taken whatever, or you walk to a lecture room only to go and sit and use your phone when the lecturer is talking. And this is not a path to the first class. The path to the first class is to invest in your academic work. I want to use the opportunity to welcome all of you on behalf of the mattress of the world. You are welcome, and we wish you all the best. And I always encourage you that don't forget your God who has brought you here. Don't forget your God. Every morning, every evening, don't forget we have God who is leading you upstairs. All the best, and God be with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I stand on all protocol already established. For a second, I thought it was a competition between secondary schools or Manchester United and Arsenal. So, Madam Dean, I'm not going to talk about compete with peace science or economics, but the last time I checked, psychology was the biggest department in the country. That was the last, and that's the last time I'm mentioning the competition thing. But congratulations for being admitted into School of Social Sciences, and the Dean hit it right on the head. It's the biggest school. It's bigger than some colleges in the University of Ghana. So if you're here in this school, you are in one of the most vibrant, most progressive schools. And I warmly welcome you, especially those who have been given psychology. So I'll talk a little bit about psychology for those who don't know psychology, so you can appreciate it. Psychology was established in 1967. The department was established in 1967, so it's quite old. If it's a human being, it's going on retirement soon. Post psychology, when you look around you, you see people. Right? People have behaviors, have experiences. For the next 4 years, if you stay in psychology, you're going to be looking at studying people, trying to understand what people are made up of. You will understand yourself and understand your parents, understand why your parents say the things they say, and so on and so forth. Why do we study psychology? We study psychology because it's about thinking, it's about behavior, it's about disorders of behavior, and trying to provide support for people. So if you study psychology, you'll be in the helping professions. In HR, psychology trainees are in HR. The journey basically is 4 years for undergraduates, but there's more ahead. 4 years of the first word that came in my mouth was torture, but it's not torture. 4 years of hard work. When I talk to 100 students or undergraduate students, I say that it's a very easy course to do and to study in the university. Way easier than SHS. But it requires some level of discipline that I don't think any of you can imagine. Because you may have classes for 3 days, and the 2 days you don't have classes. And if you're like me, you sleep. And though I have free day, there is no free day on campus. When I was a student, late Professor Max Asimin said, there is no free time. Free times, no, non-lecture times are library days. You spend those days that you don't have classes in the library. Psychology is a rigorous science. You will learn about Pavlov, you will learn about Bronfenbrenner. All these things are not to make you brag about the names like I'm doing now, but it's supposed to give you an understanding about people and about yourself and for profession and career. Be a sponge. Take advantage of research opportunities. Attend seminars like this one. This is the first seminar probably. If you hear of a conference, go. Go to the library, spend time in the library. These days, I ask people, where's the BAM library? Then they didn't know where BAM library is. BAM library is the biggest library in West Africa. And everybody, after today, go for BAM library just around the corner here. Spend time in BAM library. Be open. Suspend your biases and assumptions. All the things you heard from friends, allow yourself to take on new ideas. I'm going to wrap up shortly. There are 5 main professions in psychology: clinical psychology, counseling psychology, developmental psychology, social psychology, and industrial and organizational psychology. There are several others, but these are the 5 key ones. I'd like to encourage you right? Before the semester is over, should read about each one of them and start forming ideas about where you will want to settle eventually. So once again, I welcome you to the Department of Psychology and to the School of Social Sciences. This is a wonderful opportunity that prepares students for the coming academic year and for the next 3 years over here. Thank you very much, Madam Dean, and thank you.
Good morning, Madam Dean, Her Excellency Professor Margaret Jan, HODs, faculty, and students. I am Fidelia Ohemeng, and I am representing the Head of Department of Sociology, Professor Peace Mamle Tete, who is unable to join us this morning. So the others have talked about they being the largest department and the oldest department and whatnot. Social work was supposed to come before me, but the HOD has begged me that they are the baby of the school. So I should go and allow them to come after us. So sociology was established 75 years ago, almost as old as the university. And we are described as the jack of all subjects and disciplines because it is a multi-dimensional discipline. We do almost everything, and we always pride ourselves as the department that studies society. So wherever 2 or 3 people are gathered, there is sociology, because there is social interaction. And we study human behavior, patterns of behavior. For instance, we study why students don't come for programs on time. We study why Ghanaians are afraid of witches and wizards in their families and the society, and what we can do about them. So at level 100 and 200, there are core programs that you can study. But we also study the family, gender issues. We have political sociology. We have sociology of the religion. You can have sociology of basically everything and anything because we study society. So you can study why people drink alcohol and why they don't drink alcohol. You can study why people go to farm and others don't go to farm. So these are some of the things that you'll be studying, especially for sociology students who have been admitted to the August school. Now, because the department is a department that studies social interaction, graduates of the department can engage in any other occupation they like. Most people go into law after graduation. People go into the security service. We have sociologists at the bank and almost everywhere. Our greatest strength is in theory and research methods. So after graduating, you can become a consultant, you can engage in surveys for wherever you find yourself. For sociology students, my advice is that you study hard. It is a a course that requires hard work, study, discipline, and reflection. Whatever you are taught, you are expected to apply it, okay, and analyze it. Most of the times, when students come to level 100, they listen to their seniors, that sociology is a very difficult course, that the lecturers are mafias, and that we don't give A's. It is not the lecturers who give A's. You give yourself whatever grade you want. So if you want an A, you have to learn. And as others have said before me, experience the course for yourself. Learn new things. And I am sure that at the end of your 4-year stay here at the department, you will be glad you studied sociology. So I wish you all the best in your studies at the Department of Sociology and at the School of Social Sciences. And I wish you that you study hard and come out with flying colors. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Standing on all protocols. Okay. My name is Jones Edujamfi from the Department of Social Work. As has been established, social work, we are the baby last of the school. Social work at the department, the University of Ghana, we are just about to study our 25th anniversary. We are just about 25 years as a department. So if we were a human being, we would just be in our mid-adulthood. We are just about starting life. I'm sure many of you do not know what social work is all about. Do we have some social work students in here? How many of you are social work students? Okay, I see a few hands. Many of you don't really know what social work is, and you were probably confused when you were offered social work. You are not alone. Many years ago, when I received my admission letter and I saw social work on it, I'm like, we see again. I said to myself, I will drop social work in my after first year, and I will go and study sociology and political science. But here I am, after about 25 years later, I'm still standing here talking about social work when I planned to drop it. Social work is practice-oriented. So as the other disciplines are fighting over superiority, we concentrate on the practice. We are very much on helping people to improve their lives. As the sociologists study why people drink alcohol and enjoy their bottles, social workers, we are not interested in why they drink. As a matter of fact, we don't want them to drink. So we focus on helping them to deal with their addiction. As the political scientists are deciding who gets what and when and how, we deal with the aftermath of the decisions that they have taken. When their decisions plunge people into chaos, our work is to come in there and help deal with the chaos. When the economists share the money and they don't share it well and they create poverty, social workers, we come in there to come and help people deal with their poverty. So it's, as I said, a practice oriented, and we cut across many fields.
So if you have been given social work, be proud that you have been given social work, because it is an internationally accredited course that you are doing at the University of Ghana. If you find yourselves off the shores of Ghana, you'll be glad that you did social work, because it is internationally accepted wherever you go. When I studied social work many years ago here, the same University of Ghana degree that I was awarded, it took me to UK and other countries where I practiced social work from the degree that I got from the University of Ghana. Upon qualification, we have many fields of practice. So you can go into medical social work for those who have interest in health-related issues and to help people deal with their sicknesses. There are those involved in criminal justice issues. So if you're interested in the police, prisons, you come into the criminal justice field. There are those involved in child protection. They say love is sweet, but when the love ends, bitterness and hatred sets in. And when couples are divorcing or separating and they forget about the best interest of their child, we are there to protect the interests of the children. So for those interested in such fields, you'll be working in child protection, the Department of Social Welfare. As people are born, we grow into our teenage years and early adult life. Sometimes people lose their way. And as they lose their way, they involve in all sorts of criminality, and that's where criminal justice will come in. And we also grow old. And as we grow old, we still need some help. So we have adult social work for those who work with the elderly. Then there is environmental social work for those who are involved in environmental issues. And here, I'm sure the geographers will be happy to see us. But before you qualify, whilst you are here, we tap into a lot of theories. Sociologists really said they are very strong in theories. We tap into theories from sociology, we tapped into theories from psychology, we tap into some from political science. So we are everywhere. As baby lass, you tap into all your big brothers and siblings. So we are tapping into everywhere. Field work or internship is a strong part of our course, and you will do that in your level 300 and level 400. A lot has been said about studying hard and getting good grades. Social work department, we had few international exchanges where selection is highly competitive depending on your performance. So if you aspire to go on into an international exchange, and our international exchange is not just to go and visit one day and come. You spend an entire semester at one of our partner universities outside. So as a lot has been said, a lot of advice have been given. I'm not going to belabor the points. Congratulations, and we look forward to working with you. So.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jones Edujemfi, for your presentation, and all the earlier presenters. Thank you so much. Let's give all the head of departments another round of applause. Next on the list is to receive some remarks from, or some speeches from our uncles and aunties who represent various offices within the university administrative setup. Before we do that, We've been sitting for some time. I want us to please be on our feet. Let's rise and let's stretch before we transition into the next phase. As you stretch, say hello to your neighbor. It's a community, so the person next to you is your next door neighbor. Ask their names. Okay? So stretch and then ask their names. And let this continue. When you go for lectures, speak to people. All right. Thank you very much. You may assume your seats. When you go for lectures, say hello to somebody. And that is how you build the community. That's how you build the network. Don't wait to finish school and go and see the person in the bank or in the office and say, oh, I wish I had spoken to this person some 5 years back when we were in Legon. Okay, please start now. Build the friendship, build the network, build that community that you will need. You are the same crop of students who will become the presidents, the ministers at your time. Okay? So start the network now. Okay, so let's move to the presentations that follows. The first on the list is the University of Ghana Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee. And we are honored to have in our midst Her Excellency, Professor Margaret Jan, who also happens to be the chair of that community. Let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Hello, good morning. Madam Dean has stepped out, but fellow faculty, students, we are all welcome this morning. I am here to present to you, please can we have the projection? The University of Ghana's Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee report. So for the level 100 students here, the university has a policy, and the policy is called the Sexual Harassment and Misconduct Policy. And out of that policy, there's a committee that is formed, and that committee is the Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee, and it's a committee that I chair. Unfortunately, your school administrator is our secretary. And so even when we leave the committee and a new committee is established, you can always reach out to Mrs. Amma Pinkra-Sowate for advice and for help. She'll be there to help you. But my job this morning is to take you through the policy, highlights of the policy. And if you are interested to learn more, go on the university website. It has a number of policies. One of them is the Sexual Harassment and Misconduct Policy. So I'm introducing you to by outline, looking at the background to the committee, to the policy. Then we'll look at why sexual harassment and misconduct. And then objectives of the policy, also look at examples of sexual harassment. Because oftentimes people tell us they didn't know that what they did was sexual harassment. So we want to give you some examples and of misconduct as well. Then who can be a perpetrator, who can be a victim? We'll look at that also. And then we'll take you through how you may report if you find yourself at the receiving end of sexual harassment. You report to us, and then we'll leave you with some contact details as to how you can get to us. So as I said, the university has sexual harassment and misconduct policy, which was first crafted in 2010, and then it was revised in 2015. In 2010, it didn't have misconduct, it was sexual harassment policy. But based on experience, cases that came, some of them were not neatly sexual harassment, but they were misconduct. And so misconduct was introduced to the policy when it was revised in 2015. And we finished revising the 2015 policy late last year. And so I believe it's going through the university processes. The university has a lot of committees through which its policies pass. And so it's going through those policies, and finally it will come out. But for now, we work with the 2015 policy. That policy has, and as I said, within it, it has the Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee. The committee was first set up in 2011, and it's still running. Membership keeps changing, but the committee is still there. Now, it's a committee that has a number of people, including students. There are 14 members, and 2 of them are students. Okay, we have one representing GRASAG and one representing SRC. Then we have others from various constituencies. Since we have political science in your school, we have various constituencies as members. So there is one representing the School of Law, we have one from psychology, we have one from careers and counseling, we have one from many other places. Yeah, workers, we have TEU has a representative, and then we have one from GAWA. And so total of 14 people, which means that if you need to report, you will have somebody to report to close by. And so we will encourage you to report any incidents that comes your way. Now, there are 2 main reasons why the university decided to have a policy like that. One is to create an environment for everybody, you and us, teachers, that is free of intimidation, free of exploitation, and free of abuse, so that nobody is exploited, nobody is abused, nobody is intimidated. The second reason is that the university seeks to create an atmosphere of study and work. So study for students, work for those of us working, that encourages respect for the individual and the individual's dignity. So the fact that you are in level 100 doesn't mean that somebody can infringe on your freedom or should not respect you or should not respect your dignity. We are all entitled to that as a community. So these are the 2 reasons. And then the policy has 5 main objectives. One is to prevent sexual harassment and misconduct through what we are doing today, awareness, creation, and education. And then we have 2 as to prohibit and sanction sexual harassment and sexual misconduct offenses. Okay? It's prohibited, but if you happen to do it, then my committee will investigate, recommend sanctions to the Vice Chancellor, and the sanctions are usually applied, okay? And they are varied. They can start with just an apology if your offense was not that grievous. But if it was grievous, it will lead to dismissal. So there are many sanctions that are applied, and based on the gravity of the offense, we make the recommendation. And there are some offenses that really you will be prosecuted alongside our sanctions. So let's assume that somebody rapes somebody. Rape is an offense in Ghana. And so whilst we are going through our processes, and of course it will lead to your dismissal, the police just over the gate will also be prosecuting you in court. And that may lead to your imprisonment. So take these things seriously. And then we investigate allegations and reports of incidents of sexual harassment and misconduct. So we don't just act because you report to us, or we don't recommend sanctions because you have reported to us. What we do is to investigate, because we have found out that some people report others when they haven't actually done anything. Okay, so somebody is your boyfriend, the person decides that he doesn't want you anymore, then you rush to us and say you have been raped. That is not rape, okay? And so we will investigate. If there's rape in it, yes, we will know that there's rape. But if it was just love gone sour, then you've come to waste our time, and you also will be sanctioned for wasting our time. Then the 4th is to administer appropriate disciplinary measures. So what we do, we are not the ones to give you the sanctions. We recommend to the Vice Chancellor when we have found that a violation has occurred. So if you've done something wrong, We recommend to the Vice Chancellor what you did wrong and what the penalty should be. Then finally, we protect the people who report to us. So we don't want the victim to be victimized again. So when you report to us, our job is to protect you and to protect everybody else who helps us in the investigation so that you are not retaliated. Nobody has to retaliate because you have done this. So don't be afraid that you reported a lecturer and therefore his friend will retaliate. No, it doesn't happen. Once we find out the person also faces an offense. Okay. So these are the reasons that brought about the policy. So what are some examples of sexual harassment? And as I said, people always tell us that they don't know. And you know, ignorance of the law is no excuse. And that's why we take our time to take you through these. So anything that is unwelcome, okay, that's the cardinal word. We are not stopping you from having boyfriends and girlfriends. That's not our business. Our business is to prevent unwelcome advances that are made at you, okay? So if you are, the two of you have consented to be boyfriend, girlfriend, it's your parents who should be worried because you are not studying, it's not us. But if you are being harassed, so it's unwelcome, it's unsolicited, okay? So unwelcome is usually the cardinal word that we use. If it's not welcome, if it's not solicited, and these are advances or propositions of sexual nature, then you are finding yourself in the area of sexual harassment. Okay. So unwelcome and inappropriate gestures. Some of the things that we do, you won't speak it, but you do things that people feel unwelcome. They feel that you are actually penetrating them in ways that they don't want. It's unwelcome, and that will bring you to us. And when you come before us, you are not likely to go without punishment. Unwanted and persistent propositions for date. You want to take somebody out for date. You have some small money in your pocket. Instead of taking care of yourself, you want to take somebody for it. The person says, no, I'm not interested. Please don't harass her. Or don't harass him. It could be the other way. And so if the person says, I'm not interested, I don't want to go for your date, please stop it, okay, and look elsewhere. And then we have excessive and unwanted attention in the form of, these days you don't write love letters. I know you don't. But you send WhatsApp messages. You send text messages, phone calls. And as my colleagues have said, even in the lecture room, you're on your phone. You know why you get away with it? It's because you are so many, they don't see you. My department is a graduate school. Nobody uses their phone in class. Because you go out and you won't come in again. You can't waste my time. When I have studied to teach, you must listen. Okay? And so you can send love letters, phone calls, WhatsApp text messages, even gifts. And sometimes you are stalking somebody. If you don't know what stalking is, who knows the tagline of MTN? Everywhere you go. So everywhere somebody goes, you are there. What it means that you are stalking the person. And so that is an offense also. Can we go? Yes. Unwelcome leering. Leering is looking at somebody with that, you know, the corner of your eye in a way that the person feels like you're undressing them. That is an offense. Heckling is an offense. Name calling is an offense. Because the idea is to let everybody here be comfortable in the environment. University of Ghana is a very beautiful environment. You cannot be the reason why the person is not enjoying the beauty of this campus, okay? And so when somebody is doing that to you and you feel that you are actually being overwhelmed by somebody's attention or whatever they are doing to you, please report to the committee and offload your burdens on us, as we always say. Then we have unwelcome sexually oriented gestures, verbal expressions, comments of a sexual nature about somebody's clothing or the person's body or the sexual experience. I don't know it. I think it's a sick person who has sex with somebody and wants everybody to see it. Okay, when you do that, actually it's even an offense in Ghana. So we'll deal with you and the police will deal with you as well, okay? And so you do not, whether my shape is whatever, 60, 50, 70, or whatever it is, it's not your business, okay? You can admire if you want to admire. If it's not too nice for you, look away. Don't comment on people's appearance or their beauty or their ugliness or whatever it is. It is not your business. And please, it doesn't also mean that we should dress provocatively, okay? There's something called indecent exposure. And so let's dress decently and let everybody mind their own business. Then sometimes you need something from administration or somewhere, and the person says, if you don't allow me to sleep with you or to go on a date with you or something, these are the things that will happen to you. You are not working, but you are studying. So your academic standing, you think that this work you've studied so hard. My colleagues have talked about studying, and therefore you deserve an A. Somebody gives you a C because you think that the person he wants you to do something or she wants you to do something, and you have said no. And therefore, they want to penalize you with your grades. If you are really sure about that, report. The department heads are there for such reports. You report to them, and they will always ask for remarking or something. And sometimes we also ask for the scripts to be remarked, including taking your script outside the University of Ghana for it to be remarked. So if you think you've studied so hard, but somebody, because they want something from you, have given you a bad grade, report them. Then sometimes you want letters of recommendation. Somebody says, well, I asked you to go out with me, you refuse, so I won't give you the letter. It is not in their power to do so, okay? It is one of the things that the university owes to you to make your life easier on this campus. So if you face any such thing, report them. And your first call may be your HOD. If you don't trust your HOD, just come straight to us. Or even go to the dean. Anybody, I've told you about Amma. Amma is in your school. You can always approach her. She'll tell you what to do. Now, who can be a perpetrator? The simple answer is anybody and everybody. Any of us here can harass any of us here. Any of us, whether the person is a lecturer or a graduate assistant or your classmates, okay, whether male or female, anybody can be a perpetrator. Perpetrator is the person who is committing the offense. Anybody. In the same way, who can be a victim is, again, everybody and anybody at all. So any one of us can be victims of sexual harassment, and anybody can be a perpetrator. And that is why we have to be careful. Just take care of yourself and be very conscious of your environment. And please don't be in inappropriate places, because the university is so big that we cannot have policemen policing everything at every time. So take care of yourself. We are told that security, first of all, is your personal responsibility before somebody comes in. And so anybody can be a victim, anybody can be a perpetrator. So let's take care of ourselves. Now, what do you do when you find out that, or when you feel that you are being harassed? We say report. Report to us. I told you there are 14 members. And if you want a particular place where you can find us, I think the easiest is to go to the Careers and Counseling Center. There is always a member there who is a member of the committee. Usually is the director of the place. Or you can come to Sigensa. You don't know where Sigensa is. Around Agric, when you are going towards the gate, around Performing Arts, Agric, there's Sigensa, the Center for Gender Studies and Advocacy. The director there is the vice chair of the committee. And there's always an assistant registrar there to take your complaints. So report. Please don't keep it to yourself, because when you do, you suffer in silence. When you report, you offload your burdens on the committee and we take charge. Now, when you report, we have two ways of dealing with it, dealing with sexual harassment. One is the informal approach, which is you taking charge, telling the person that I don't like what you are doing, please stop it. Or you approach somebody in the department who the person respects, and you tell them to tell whoever it is that they are doing something that you don't like. If they are sensible, if they are wise, they will stop it. Or you may want to approach the committee and say, I don't want to report formally, but I want to give an informal report. And then the committee will give you somebody who will talk to this person, and we always believe that if they are wise, they will stop what they are doing. So that's the informal approach. So it's about you taking about 3 different options. Now when it comes to when they don't stop, or if they don't stop, then we say do the formal approach. And the formal approach is you coming to any of the members of the committee to narrate what your situation is. Then they will tell you exactly what you need to do. So they will tell you, put it in writing. And we need what you are saying in writing, because we don't want any oral tradition where somebody will miss out on something you said. So you write. And then also, it goes to all the committee members and to the Vice Chancellor as well. So you need to write. Then they will explain to you the processes. So when you write, it comes to the committee, we read and we know there's merit in it. Then we set up what we call adjudication committee, which is made up of 5 members. The chairperson doesn't need to be on the committee, but there should always be a lawyer on the committee. So either the person from law, the School of Law, or somebody from the legal counsel's office will be in that committee of 5 people. And what they will do is to study the report that you made. And that report will be sent to whoever you are alleging has infringed on your rights. Okay, so the victim writes to us, we send the report to the perpetrator, and we give that person 7 working days to respond. So you respond. So we have 2 documents now. We have the report, we have the response from the perpetrator, and then we study both. Sometimes we find it necessary to have the 2 of you facing off before the committee. Because sometimes it's difficult for you to tell who is lying and who is telling the truth. I know normally in sexual harassment matters, there's no witness. Normally. Sometimes there are. And if you have witnesses, please give us the names and contact details of the witnesses. Give us as much detail as you have, pictures, social media posts, anything. In fact, in one case that we sat on, somebody called a lady 72 times within 24 hours. Now you wonder how that happened. 72 times, using different phones. So when he calls and then she realizes him, she will hang up. Then you call again, 72 times. But she had all those details. She provided it to us. So when we invited the young man, he came and said, Madam, I haven't done anything to her. I'm just loving her. And I just showed her my love. And I said, well, this love is too excessive. And it's only God who has the right to love us excessively. No human being has that right. So it's an offense. But you could see his naivety. Okay? You don't call somebody repeatedly like that, especially when they don't talk to you. Yeah. So if you have all those logs, let us have them. Any detail that you have, any witnesses that you have, provide their names and their contact details. We will reach out to them. Okay? Because we want to build up a case. We don't want somebody to be punished for no offense. Okay? So that's what we look at. And then finally, when we are satisfied that something happened and we know who did what, that is when we come to the end of the case. But we would have talked to you, the victim, would have talked to you, the perpetrator. We give both of you chances to talk. Where it's difficult to go forward, we have the 2 of you in the same session, and that is where we know who is lying and who is not lying. We have had students appearing with their lecturers who have offended them and all that. We have had students, all kinds of things. We have had workers and all that. So they face off, and then we're able to tell who is lying and who is telling the truth. Sometimes they take us on a merry-go-round. It's a very long process, but we have the patience for it, and we will investigate. Okay. So when we are done, what we do is then to submit our report together with the sanctions to the Vice Chancellor. But don't forget that she is in the loop. Every communication that goes on, she knows. But what we send to her is the final report recommending sanctions. In fact, in the past, we have recommended sanctions that a certain Vice Chancellor said you are too lenient. And so they increase the sanction based on the offense. So now we've taken our cue. We look at the offense and recommend the right sanctions for the person. So please keep yourself safe and secure. Now what we say is that we have some issues of concern, rights and responsibilities of both the victim and the perpetrator. You all have rights. You have rights to non-retaliation, and we cannot say that enough. You should not be retaliated against. Nobody has any right to do that. And once you leave it with us, they will not dare, because if the person does it, then they are actually increasing the offense, and so they will increase the sanctions. Then you have a right to confidentiality. We will cite cases in our training programs, but we never mention anybody's name. Oftentimes, when you hear about somebody saying that they have appeared here and there, they themselves are the ones spreading the news. Because they will tell their friends will tell their friends, and then everybody knows that this person is under investigation. Okay. And then they also have right to respect. We have to respect both of them. Unless if you appear before us and you are rude, we'll put you in your right place if you are rude when you appear before us. But otherwise, we respect everybody who appears before us. And then truth and honesty, be truthful. That's always a hard nut, because many people do not appear truthful when they come before us. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort to get the truth, or sometimes other things will then bring out the truth, including recordings that we have that they don't know that we have. Okay, so we get to know what the truth is, and then we arrive at what should be the sanction. Our contact details, as I said, you can go to the careers and, what's the name again? Careers and Counseling Center. Pardon me, it used to have a different name when we were students. Careers and Counseling Center. And then reports there. Or you go to CIGENSA, Center for Gender Studies and Advocacy, and then you find somebody there, or any of us that you want to reach. We also have a phone number and an email address that we want to leave with you. So this is our phone number, 0200-217-582. You may want to call it and somebody will respond. Or 2 email addresses, hearmystory@ug.edu.gh or ASHC, Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee, @ug.edu.gh. But what we say is that always report if somebody is disturbing you unnecessarily. Report. You are here to study. You are here to get a good degree. You are here to improve your life in future. You are not here to be disturbed by anybody. So let them disturb us and not you. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope you took something out of this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency, Professor Margaret Jan, for carefully taking us through the work of the Anti-Sexual Harassment Committee. Let's give Her Excellency another round of applause. Prof has another equally important engagement, and so we would like to give just some few minutes for questions and clarifications before we move on to the next speaker. So please, if you have any question or you need clarification on something she said. Please, you mention your name, you tell us your department, and you ask your question.
Thank you very much. My name is Elizabeth Euku. I'm from psychology department. I want to ask Prof, you see, in our society, Ghanaian society, the men are supposed to hold everything. They are not supposed to come out. So I'm asking that, how are you going to go about it to support those young men and then boys who have been harassed or raped by maybe their peers, females or other females or even some males? And then do you have any special program to motivate them? And then I also have a second question. Does this policy goes for only cases that happen within the university community, or when outsiders come to harass somebody in the university, or even when somebody is harassed outside, you support them too? Thank you.
Please hold on. I didn't get the preamble to your first one, but I can answer the second one. Then you, okay, repeat the first one.
So the first one, I'm asking that, how are you going to support those males? Because we know that in our society, the males are supposed to hold everything. So maybe they'll be feeling shy to come and say that maybe a female raped them or harassed them or something like that. So I'm asking that, how are you going to support them? Do you have any special program for them to come out? Because those things are really affecting them and they won't say it. So how are you going to support them? And for those who come to you? Thank you.
And how did you know that?
So when I was in SHS and even some of my family members.
Yes, everybody who reports to us, we give the person attention. There are some cases that come to us, and even before we form the adjudication committee, we take them through counseling. So that's why the counseling center is one of the important wings of our work. We have had cases where people are so traumatized that the first thing is to take them to the counseling and careers and counseling center. In fact, in one case, when the person went there, they realized it was beyond them, so they took the person to the psychiatric unit at the university hospital. So we provide the person with care even before we start investigating. The problem is that the men don't report. So we know that female students have been harassing some male lecturers, but they never report. I don't know why. They don't. We hear, but we can't work on hearsay. They don't report to us. Maybe they feel that there should be a man, you know, a man and a small girl. So we don't have cases of lecturers reporting to us that some female students have harassed them or male students have harassed them. But we have the reverse, so many cases, you know. So sometimes you should be bold enough and report. And then as we are saying, the person needs support. Then we are able to provide that support through counseling, there are many things that we can do. For there's cases where we have asked the university to accommodate some people who were non-resident because of certain things that happened to them. Okay. And normally when we ask for those things, they are provided. Now your second thing is about, you had two questions. What's the second one?
The second one is that for the anti-sexual harassment policy, is it only for things that happen within the...
Yeah, anything that happens within the university community. It doesn't have to be between university community members. It's happening in our community. So it includes all the outstations. You have the Accra College, you have those in the regional centers, all of them, they are part of it. And if you have somebody, so we had a case where, I think it was a foreign student here who was harassed by somebody from forestry department. You know, they have their office on the Gimpa Road. So what we couldn't do was to sanction the person, but what we did was to report the person to the director of the place to be sanctioned for the offense. So once it affects a community member, and it happens anywhere, it's part of our business, more so if it happens on any of our campuses. So just report. And if you report and it's beyond us, we'll give you the help that you need to go where it has to be attended to. Now, one thing is that normally you report too late. So you have somebody who is leaving the university, you are in final year, And then when you finish your exams, that's when you are reporting. It's not useful to you. And the person would have left also. So for instance, in the last revision of the policy, we have put in something that says that no matter how far away you have gone after your graduation, we can still reach you. You know, the university can take its degree from you. The university awards you the degree, and when you misbehave with it, it takes it back. The university can do that. It includes also us going to where you are working to tell your employers that you are such a wrong guy to be employed because you did A, B, C, D. So we can do that also. But that is coming in the next policy, which I believe will be operational in the course of this year. Yeah. Any more questions, please? Okay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Please, I've realized that it's all about the males and the females. I want to ask about the those with the gays and the lesbians. Is it allowed over here?
What do you want me to say?
Because I'm not seeing any like.
You know, the university is a small part of the nation called Ghana. So everything that's an offense in Ghana is an offense in here. I'm having heard that they have scrapped the law that says unlawful carnal knowledge. They haven't scrapped that. And that is what the gays do. So for as long as that law exists, then it exists here also. If you are two gays and one person says, I don't like it, you are harassing them. Okay? Yeah, the person doesn't want you. Those of us who are heterosexual, do we always want people to come and have sex with us?
Please,
no.
Not like two gays. So if you say that, meaning like it's accepted and people can be doing it, but
it is not accepted. Ghana has not accepted
right.
Gays and lesbians.
Thank you, madam.
That's why I'm saying that there's a law that says unlawful carnal knowledge. And that is when people sodomize people. And they are jailed for that. I don't know why you want to be gays and lesbians when you have beautiful ladies and gentlemen that you can move with.
Any more questions?
All right, thank you very much. I take my leave now.
No. Okay, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Elizabeth Baba Simpson, and I want to ask that, so in a case where there is no substantial evidence or any key witness backing the victim, does the case die out or there is further investigation? Thank you.
It doesn't die out. It doesn't die out. We have had cases where the perpetrator has brought witnesses who have lied for him. In the end, we got to know that both the perpetrator and the witness were liars. So we do thorough investigations. We do that. Unless, I don't even know whether there's any such case that we just said that there's no witness, because we are taking your word for it, and then we are taking that person's word. That's where we bring the two of you together. I'll give you a case where it was between a senior lecturer and a level 100 student, actually. And, well, the lecturer always said that wasn't true. And to convince us, he would appear before the committee singing Methodist hymns, you know. So, I think he knew all the Methodist hymns. So each time he sang it, just to show how pious he was, you know. In the end, when we put them together, we knew he was lying. In fact, I didn't sit on that committee because I had known him since my student days. But I didn't prejudice the committee. And then finally I said, no, he cannot change. And then when they appeared, if you have a level 100 students talking so passionately and really being rude to a senior lecturer, there should be something in it. So we look at the case, we put you together, we listen to you, and we know who is lying. And in his particular case, the university was a bit lenient because he was about to go on retirement. So what they did was to say, you go, don't come here again. He could have done post-retirement contract, they said no. Okay, so yes, I mean, the fact that you don't have any witness, and that's what I'm saying, In sexual harassment, if somebody rapes you, there's always not a witness around. You don't invite people to come and watch you, do you? You know, so, but we are able to investigate and get to the bottom of it. In most cases, yes. I haven't seen any case that we have allowed to go because we couldn't make a headway. Unless when you come, you lie. Okay, you lie. So when we are going this way, you are going that way. That will still go on and get to the bottom and tell you you are lying to the committee. So just don't worry. Bring your cases to the committee, and whether there's a witness or not, it's easier when you have witnesses or you have some documents to prove. Okay, as I said, including your social media posts and WhatsApp messages and all that. In fact, let me tell you the experience of one lady who came to us. What she had done was to delete all the WhatsApp messages that she sent to this guy, and then she brought what he sent to her. You understand? So we could see him aggressively going on, but we couldn't see her. Then fortunately, he brought his, and it's everything. What she sent and what he responded and everything. So who was lying? It was the supposed victim who was lying. You see? So we don't assume that we don't do a thorough work. We are not policemen and police women, but we have our own way of going through it. And if you stayed on it for so long as I have, you know all the tricks that people come with. So please report. But more importantly, take care of yourselves and be sure that you are not in inappropriate places, especially at night. And of course, if you are submitting your assignment and a lecturer insists that you bring it to my house, his house is not part of the official places. It is his official residence. You're not supposed to go there. Every lecturer has a mailbox, so you can put it in there. Or offices, put it in the office, not in their homes. Don't tempt somebody. Don't. Even Christ was tempted. Or was he not tempted? Yes. Yeah, so please don't tempt anybody. Thank you. Okay.
I go by the name your sake. Please, I wanted to ask, what if you report someone, the person has been withdrawn from the school, but then the person goes after you outside the community of the school? Please, what would they do about it?
You mean the person is retaliating after they have been expelled? But let me tell you that it's not every harassment case that ends in somebody being interdicted. Okay, it's not every case. And if they're harassing you beyond the campus, you still have the police to report to. What they would do is to come to us for the evidence that we have. We have had cases that we have to collaborate with the police. One, we have to go to, what's the name? Dofsu. Airport Dofsu is at East Legon. Because one student had been reported to the police and he had been arrested and put in cells. Our job was to go and get him released so that we could investigate it. And so we had to work with the police. Okay. So don't be afraid. And if the person is harassing you, we know how to handle that. If it's outside our remit, we'll let you report to the police. And they are not too far away. You know, they are the gate there, the main gate, yes. Where they are living is the University of Ghana structure, so they have to attend to us. Okay, do I have any more? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, thank you once again, Her Excellency Professor Margaret Jan, for that insightful session. It's always a blessing listening to her. Let's clap our hands again for her. She would like to take her leave because she has another assignment, and so we may not have her throughout the program. Okay, so let's continue with the program. Next on the presentation should have been Student Affairs, but we are jumping to Center for Disability Studies and Advocacy because Prof. Joanna Yendok also has another engagement. So let's welcome Professor Joanna Salifu Yendok for her presentation.
Thank you very much, Prof. Dean and Professor Margaret Jan. And so I'm going to be taking you through what we do at the Center for Disability Studies and Advocacy. We are currently having an orientation for all students with disabilities starting at 12:30. That is why you are not seeing them here. But is there anyone who cannot see? You can just give me a wave, because I need to talk a certain way if we have such student. Is there anyone who cannot hear me well? Okay, that's good. So at the Center for Disability Studies and Advocacy, we are mandated to attend to the needs of all students with any kind of disability. So whether physical, sensory, medical condition, there are some students with multiple conditions. All you need to do is to register with us, and we will ensure that you are accommodated. So this is how the center looks like. It is very big, and I am showing it to you because I need you to understand how important the affairs of students with disability is at the University of Ghana. We report directly to the Pro-VC ASA, and we have a management committee, and the place is headed by a director, which is myself. There are 4 different units under the center. We have the unit for research and advocacy, we have academic programs, we have a support unit for staff and students with disability, and we also have an administration that ensures that the administrative needs of the center is well taken care of. And we have resource persons. Unfortunately, they are not here. We have sign language interpreters. We have experts that provides support to students with visual impairment. We have expertise for attending to those with physical needs. And even those with medical conditions, we have a direct relationship with the university hospital. And so we can easily refer you if you need the support. The support we provide is backed by a policy in the university. It is currently being revised because we have to ensure that we are current and also addressing the issues that keep coming almost every year. So this policy is to ensure that we are providing equal access to facilities, services, and learning to our students with disabilities. It is also to ensure that we are integrating disability support and care within the services that we provide to all students, and also to ensure that we are promoting inclusion, equity, and dignity for all members of the university community. And it attends to the needs of every student and staff with a disability. It also ensures that we respect the rights of persons with disability, and also we are aware of their need, and before we can do that, you need to register with us. So meaning that if you have any disability and you don't report to the center, we would not know, and therefore we cannot support you. But once you do that, you are catered for. So that means that it is the responsibility of students to report that they have a disability. But if you also know a student, your friend, your colleague, your class coursemate, who may be suffering from a condition who is not aware of the existence of this center, you can encourage them to report, or you can bring them to our center. Or you can just come and report it to us, and we will follow up. What kind of support do we provide? I'm sure you are aware of the in, out, out, out policy. This does not apply to students with disabilities. So they are housed on campus. I can see your faces. They are given 4-year accommodation on campus. We make sure that we modify where they live to make it accessible. They have special blocks in all the halls. We also ensure that their bathrooms are closer to them so that they don't have to struggle. And during lectures, you may have seen 2 women doing sign language. Unfortunately, they couldn't come today. You would have seen what they do. Whilst the lecturer is teaching, you may see somebody doing sign language. That is because if you see that, it means there is a student in the class who had hearing impairment. And sometimes their classes are put in a format that is accessible to them, but not to you. And when they are housed in a room with students without disabilities, we also give these students some kind of training so that they know how to live with our students. It will also interest you to know that our students, thanks to the government, do not pay for halls, they don't pay for school fees, and they are given special stipend. That is to say that if you have a challenge, please don't keep it to yourself. We have an assistive technology lab. If you've been to the UGCS, formerly UGCS, now Information Technology Directorate, you may have seen the assistive technology lab. It has all the equipment our students with visual impairment need to learn and participate in classes. That is also where they take their examinations. So you will not find students with disabilities in your regular examination halls because we provide them special places for that. We do Braille services. We provide sign language interpretation. We do note-taking. So when we have one student with hearing impairment, such a student will go to the class with 2 sign language interpreters and 1 note-taker. And they don't have to pay any extra money for these services. We also ensure that sometimes when the text is in PDF or hard copy, we convert it into an accessible format for them. We provide specialized tutorial services, and we liaise with every department that has our students, such that, first of all, we inform them and also let them know what our students need, and we ensure that these students are catered for. When it comes to examination, IAs, we give them specialized care, and they also have access to sports and recreational facilities. During examination, if you are given 2 hours, depending on the disability of the student, they are given some extra time. And the reason, remember that we want to ensure that there is equity. You may not have the challenges that they do, so we need to be able to accommodate them. So sometimes they take exams in different venues. Sometimes if the exams is in person, theirs will be online. Sometimes we give them a specialized location to take their examination. Sometimes, depending on the condition, we don't time them. So for example, we have students who have seizures. And for some of these students, examination could be a trigger. We can't say that when you are going through that episode, you should still take your exams. We will wait until you are okay to continue. So some students use the whole day to write 1 paper. That is how passionate we are about our students. So long as you can do the exams, we are there for you. In the Center for Disability Studies, we have sign language interpreters, Braille transcribers, note takers. We have a bus that takes our students to wherever they are going. Please, you are not welcome, by the way, unless you want to volunteer with us. So especially our students with visual impairment and sometimes physical disabilities, we move them from their hostels to the lecture halls and back. And we have national service personnel, we have interns, and we have proud affiliates. So our affiliates are from all over the campus. We have psychologists, we have nurses, we have people from social policy, we have social workers. So whatever your needs are, we are able to attend to you. And before I go, you may have seen some emails coming into your inbox, and it's titled Inclusive Language and Act Series. So I'm going to take you through a few of them. What we want to achieve is not just to attend to the needs of our students, it's also to prepare you for an acceptable interaction. How do you refer to a person with disability? How do you provide support? Because sometimes they need your support. And I've gotten report from some students without disability saying, I really want to help, but I don't know. I don't want to offend them. That is what these series are meant to do, to help you know how to do it right and not offend our students. So we hope to provide
some form of education, very simple, very short, to equip all of us. We want to raise awareness. We want to teach intentional socialization, and then we want to promote the dignity, respect of our students with disabilities. So look at this one. The first one says, how do you refer to a person with disability? Don't call them pozo man, disabled person, wheelchair man. It is not respectful. Simply say a person with a disability, or a person with hearing impairment, or a person with mobility impairment, depending on their disability. We also want you to ask our students before you offer help. Sometimes in your quest to help them, you rather cause more problems. For example, you are walking by a blind student and you think the person is about to fall into a gutter. Don't scream, "Hey, you're about to fall." Sometimes doing that can't make them fall. Rather, speak in your natural voice and ask, "Can I help you?" Somebody in a wheelchair, "Can I help you?" Somebody is trying to look for a seat by you. Don't scream. When you do that, you confuse them. Simply ask in your natural voice, "Can I help you?" When they need help, they will ask you to help them. And when they tell you, "Please don't help me, I'm fine," please leave them alone. I had one experience. I always tell people that I know I'm very smart. But when I'm going to do a presentation, if I don't go with this, I won't remember. And anytime I go for events with visually impaired people, they come and they just speak. They don't look at anything. I can't do that. People with hearing impairment, they are so smart. They can do things that I cannot do. People who can't move without support, they know how to navigate the environment. Don't assume they need help when they don't need it. Ask them first. And in fact, this is coming from our students. And I'm glad there are student leaders here. Please, when you are advertising events, don't only just send out flyers. Our students with visual impairment cannot access them. So in addition to the flyers, add a PDF or a Word version. Their software can read PDF and Word, but not the flyers. So take note of that. And some of you like to be politically correct, but sometimes in the course of doing that, you make statements that are not acceptable. So for example, you will hear people saying or referring to persons with disability as differently able, or people of all abilities. Please, they are all wrong. They are just persons with disability. And sometimes in your usual conversations, you would use words or phrases such as blind as a bat, fall on deaf ears, blind to criticism. These are all offensive. Be mindful when you are using such statements. And imagine or assuming that you work with children and they see a person with a disability and they ask you questions. Don't get offended. Simply explain to the child or to the young person that this person is different, this person has a problem, but they are part of us. With support, they can also thrive. And for this month, we went a little bit outside of disability. You may have seen posts that University of Ghana or one institution is trying to support needy but brilliant students. That is not right. We want to highlight the person's strength and the person's dignity first before their problems. So we say intelligent student needing support, or bright student needing help, etc. So when you see these flyers and emails, kindly take just a minute to read and see what we are trying to promote. And in case you have a disability and you haven't registered with us, remember that I said, once your name is on my list, you don't pay school fees, you don't pay residential fees, you don't
nobody will sack you out of your hall. You're going to be there for 4 years. We are very mindful about you, and we want you to do well here. So we are here to support you. Please send us an email or call our phones, or just find us behind Sigensa. Those of you with smartphone, you can look for, formerly we used to be the Office of Students with Special Needs. If you put that in your GPS, it will bring you right to the office. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Joanna Yendok. Let's give it up for her once more. We've all learned a lot as we're sitting down, we're taking notes. Thank you so much. As Prof mentioned, she needs to attend to another orientation, so we will give room for 1 or 2 questions before she leaves. There's one hand here. And then, anybody else? So you mention your name, your department, and you ask your question.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brianna Okiva, and I'm in the Department of Economics. My question is, for freshers, like for 100-level students, how can we volunteer to work with the office?
Thank you very much. In fact, every vacation we have a group of interns come into our place to support us. We are very happy to receive you. Just come to the office. Okay? You can pick our number and give us a call, or just come to the office. We'll be there. I am always there Monday to Friday. I'll be happy to receive you. We also receive interns, we have volunteer programs, and all of that. If you want to do your national service after some years to come, or if you are just passionate about disability issues, if you have access to money, we are also very happy to receive it, by the way, because we need help. So please, we are available. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Lincoln Oheneda Bradesmo. And my question is, you said there are buses available for visually impaired people, but I think a week or two, I saw some visually impaired people finding it difficult to even cross a road. So if there are buses, why do they have to go through all this stress? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have a bus for our students. But the bus, I think beginning of this semester, is gone for servicing, and it hasn't gotten back to us. So that is why. Give us in 2 weeks' time, you will see it working. Our students are aware of it, and they know that we are having a problem at the moment, but the bus does exist. Thank you. And it is also possible that, so when they come in, we give them orientation. There is a program called Mobility Orientation on Campus. So we teach them how to navigate their way through campus. But the problem again is that some students will not show up. Some students believe that they can find their way around. So these are some of the challenges. But the bus does exist, and we provide that transportation support. And once our students have gone through these training, usually they're able to navigate their way on campus. Thank you.
All right, thank you once more, Prof. Joanna Yendok, for the interesting presentation. We've learned a lot. Next on the list is the Office of Dean of Student Affairs, and to help us with the presentation is Dr. Wiafe, our immediate past Dean of Student Affairs. Let's welcome Doc with a hand of applause.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon, students. As he said, I'm the immediate past Vice Dean of Student Affairs. Both the Dean and the Vice are out on our official program. So yesterday night I had a late call. They said, you have to step in for us. So I'm here. All right, I'm going to talk about the Office of Student Affairs. And as the name implies, that office is mainly there to support students and to provide services for students. We are located by the post office. If you go out of this building, there's a road crossing, the first turn on your left. That is where we are located. The office reports directly to the Pro-Vice Chancellor. Our office hours are the usual university or working hours. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. What are our core functions? The office is there to enhance student experience and your welfare. So as I said, as the name implies, your experience at the University of Ghana must be something that should be worthwhile, must be something that makes you happy, so something that will let you recommend University of Ghana to anyone who wishes to attend a university in Ghana. We work with various offices. One is departments, Student Financial Aid Office. I've seen the head here. We work with Academic Affairs. We work with Career and Counseling Center, the halls, indeed, almost all units that we have students. What are some of our specific duties or responsibilities? We liaise with the halls. So the hall masters or the senior tutor and the rest, they manage the halls. But there are certain issues that we do that in collaboration with them. For instance, our office fixes the JCL dues you pay, which is this year is 100 cedis or so. That is, those of you who have seen it, that was before I left office in December. I signed that. JCL dues is what? 100 cedis. Department and other association, 20 cedis. And that the department can sell the pens and lacrosse and all that, but that should not be compulsory for students, because not all students can buy them. But for the 20 cedis, it's sanctioned by the office and therefore sanctioned by university senior management. We also do so, we have oversight responsibility for your SRC, so the dues paid, and if SRC has anything for senior management, the office has to go and defend it, either at the senior management meeting or for finance and special general purpose committee. The same applies to GRASAC, that the Graduate Student Association, University of Ghana branch. All the associations are the department, and old school, we also register them annually. Your association should be registered. We look at your accounts, your patrons. Every association should have 2 senior members as their patron. So if you are not in good standing, you will not be renewed. That's the association. We also deal in conflict resolution. Sometimes at the halls, there are issues that come up. The management and the JC are not able to resolve them because of different positions. They come to us, and we do that. We do same with SRC and the GRASAC. And indeed, we oversee SRC and GRASAC election. Not that we do it for them, but after they've gone through all the processes, they have to send a list of students based on the balloting and the vetting to our office, and we will also look at it and send it to Information Technology Directorates. Again, if you want to stand as an JCL, SRC, or the halls, you need to meet a minimum university requirement, which is 3.0. We, however, have the discretion, if we are not getting students, to reduce it to 2.5. So before you stand, the list will be sent to us. We send to I still call UGCS, ITD, for them to verify. Then we write back and say, these students are eligible, these students are not. So student governance. Then I talk about conflict resolution. We want to advise students to hold the honest principle. Because going to the office, I have been a deputy senior tutor at Legon Hall, senior tutor and master, then later when the Commonwealth conflict came up, senior management moved me there. Until then, I thought I probably know about 90% of student issues. But going to the dean's office, I realized that a lot of them are different. Students make all kinds of tricks to become leaders. Sometimes they disqualify others with no reason. I will just cite one. Last year, there was one that was sent to us. The lady complained that she's been disqualified. And the reason is that the vetting committee says she has plagiarized her manifesto. So we called them, the vetting committee and the EC. Then I asked, what is University of Ghana permissible percentage for the tendency in plagiarism? Would you believe that the committee that have disqualified the student could not tell? So sometimes they have their own way. There's something they call establishment candidates. If you are not establishment candidates, they want to find a way to take you out. We make sure that is not done. There was 3 candidates. One was perceived as most popular, but was not the established candidate. So when they've done the balloting, they didn't bring to us. They sent straight to ITD, and they swapped the order. They realized that the first one was very popular, but they liked the second person. So before they sent it there, they have swapped it. And a report came, so I immediately called Mr. Kuti and Mr. Boachi, then we dealt with. So please don't engage yourself in those things. If you do that, we will write to you, there will be a committee to investigate you. We also help students to secure e-cards. That is those of you who drive. If you want a e-card that allow you through the gate to link gate, the one to TF, and the main one, you write to us with the document covering the vehicle. If it's in your name, add that, the roadworthy, the insurance, and the copies. If it's in your father's name or mother's name or whoever, do same, but in that case, the person should write a letter to confirm that he or she has given you the opportunity to drive the vehicle. So if you have a vehicle, do that. It doesn't cost too much. The moment we do, we check and approve, it will be issued to you. We work with Eugene Security and Eugene Police. We have a number of cases, like sometimes drug, sometimes theft cases. And the university policy is that the police will not come here to arrest you unless they get to the Office of Dean of Student Affairs, so that they tell us what the issue, then we call the senior tutors or the masters before we give them permission, because we want to be in the know. And even that, there's some of the security men who are in charge of investigation. And I'll take this opportunity to, I know you have been told already, and maybe today you also abstain from drugs and other things that will not help you. The office also have realized that a good number of you come over, you are able to pay the minimum percentage of your fees and accommodation. But we have regular students coming over every day to ask for support, either sometimes in terms of a small amount of money, food and all that. So the dean came out with what we call Dean's Food Bank. And what is done is we write to corporate bodies. Recently, Legon Club, which is made up of, it's voluntary club, presented food item. In the past, I've also gotten some of my mates from Legon Hall and also from secondary school, and Office of Student, Office of Financial, Student Financial Aid Office also got us about 400 bags of rice. So if you need any of that, from here, go to the office, as I said, at the back, where the post office is by the road, make a first left, go and write your name. And as soon as the office gets any of those deliveries, you'll be informed to come over to pick them. The last one is, we are in charge, as we said, of students, whether you are a resident, non-resident. Indeed, the Vice Dean also has specific responsibility to non-resident and the satellite campuses. Even though we don't deal directly with academic, but anything that impart, but we still have letters that say, I want to defer, I want to do. When you bring them, we will direct you to where you're supposed to go, academic affairs, or we will redirect the letter to the appropriate places. Thank you very much.
Please stay with us, or you take. Please stay with us. Thank you very much, Dr. Wiafi, immediate past Vice Dean of Student Affairs. Let's give him another round of applause for stepping in for the Dean of Student Affairs. We are really grateful. I don't know whether senior members are also allowed to write our names for some of the deliveries. Okay, so please take advantage of that kind gesture by the Office of the Dean of Student Affairs. And write your name. You may be lucky to receive some of these packages. Okay, let's welcome Madam Edwina from the Careers and Counseling Directorate to talk about opportunities you have and some of your counseling needs. Let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you. And good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, so I'm Edwina. I'm representing the director for the Careers and Counseling Directorate. She's not around, so I'm representing her today. But before I start, I have some gifts for you, but I have to ask you some questions before I give you my gifts. I have a gift sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. So my first question is, how many of you know where the Careers and Counseling Directorate is? This one is for only level 100. Who knows where the Careers and Counseling Directorate? Oh, there's a hand up here. Yes. Maybe just for us to be fast, can you? So behind the Department of Sociology. Okay, so he'll give you a gift. So we have other offices. Any other person? Yes. Equafo Hall. Yes, so he will also give you a gift. We have a lot of offices around. So we are the Careers and Counseling Directorate. Some years ago, we used to be Counseling and Placement Center. Then last 2 years, we were Careers and Counseling Center, but now we are Careers and Counseling Directorate. One of the reasons for the change of our name is because we want you to be confident enough to come to our office. When you enter our office, nobody knows whether you are coming for counseling-related issues or you are coming for career-related issues. That's one of the reasons why we changed our name, so that when you walk in, you are confident that nobody is coming to check what exactly you are coming to do over there. So the Careers and Counseling Directorate is an autonomous unit operation in the University of Ghana that provides psychological and career guidance to all students, staff, and staff dependents. So as our name goes, we are a career and a counseling directorate. So we offer services that are related to career and offer services that are related to counseling. So in our office, we are made up of professionals. Everybody there is a professional. So be encouraged and know that when you are coming to speak to somebody, you're actually speaking to a professional who has been licensed. So we have clinical psychologists available, we have counseling psychologists, we have educational and career guidance counselors, we have placement coordinators, we have psychometrician, and we even have psychiatrists available over at the Careers and Counseling Directorate. So I'll talk about the counseling services we offer. We offer all forms of counseling service. Any counseling service you can think about, we offer them at the directorate. So we do preventive counseling. So sometimes there are some issues that can easily be prevented. So we have some webinars and some talks that we do to do these services by providing preventive counseling to students. We have psychological counseling. So if you are going through any challenge, any psychological challenge or mental health challenge, come and talk to us. Don't sit in your room and be silent about it, thinking that nobody cares. We actually do care about you. So we want you to actually walk to us and speak to us about this counseling, this psychological problem you might be going to. And we also are aware that, when you are 18 years, 19, 21, thereabouts, some of these mental health challenges start to develop around this age. So we know some of you might not be experiencing it or you haven't experienced it, but this is where you realize that you start to experience certain things. Unexplained sadness. You are just in your room and you are just crying. You don't understand why you are crying, but you are just sad and you are just crying there. Or sometimes you are walking around and you think to be hearing voices, but nobody else is hearing this voice apart from you. Or you think somebody is crawling on, something is crawling on you, or something is happening. Sometimes these are indications of certain mental health challenges that you need to seek help for. So that's why we are here. Come and speak to us. Our services are actually free of charge. So come and talk to us about it. We have professionals that will help you through this. Or even sometimes you are not the one, but you know somebody who is going through such similar challenges or is telling you things and you know this is a little bit off and all that. Come and speak to us about it. We are there to assist you and help you out. As I said, our services are free of charge. Take advantage of it whilst you're a student. When you leave campus and you are no more a student, we will charge you and it's expensive. And if you go outside campus for psychological help, Dr. Yafiakensen is laughing, he knows it's very expensive. Very, very expensive. So please take advantage of the free services. And as I mentioned, Johnson & Johnson is sponsoring some of the gifts I'm giving you. And what they've also done through their Resilient Minds project is that they are providing free medications. So if you are going through such challenges, medication is available for you and is free of charge. You don't need to pay for it. If you step outside campus, you will pay for these medications and they are very, very expensive. We also offer academic counseling, career counseling, relationship issues, relationship counseling. You know, you are young people, and some of you have come to the university with the mindset that before you finish school, you have to have a boyfriend or you have to have a girlfriend. And you've come to level 100 and you are aware that everybody has a girlfriend in level 100. Everybody has a boyfriend in level 100. Why don't I have a boyfriend? And so you start to look for one. And then now you get a boyfriend and then you get broken heart. And now you can't cope properly and you are sitting in your room and you are playing all the broken heart songs in your room trying to cope with it. Instead of trying to cope with it, visit the Careers and Counseling Directorate. We'll help you. We'll take you through some things that can help you out with the broken heart that you might be going through. Also, grief counseling. Sometimes, as you're a student, you realize that somebody has passed in your family and you're not able to grieve properly, or you are crying and you don't know what to do. Come and speak to us. We are professionals. We can help you out. Family therapy, psychotherapy, assessments with learning disabilities, or even studying skills. You don't know how to study. And I always tell people that how you studied in secondary school is different from how you are coming to study in this university. In the university, studying is different. If you don't know how to study, you might fail. And the main reason why you're in this university is that you're supposed to pass your academics with flying colors, finish with first class, second class, and all that. So if you don't know how to study, visit the Careers and Counseling Directorate. We will teach you how to study, especially how to study when you've come to the university. Maybe in secondary school you had a way of studying, but over here it's different. even how to even write papers. You've come here, you've heard so many things. They are talking about plagiarism, Sakai, this, a lot of things you are hearing, and it's confusing you. And so we also do adjustments into the university. Some people have come, and this is the first time they are in such a big institution. And so they can't adjust. They can't adjust into the university system. We are here to assist you. And I know some of you, before you came to the University of Ghana, you've heard so many things. They've told you that University of Ghana is a very fun place. There's a lot of parties. There's a lot of fun every day. And I won't lie to you, it is true. There's a lot of fun, there's a lot of party, there's a lot of activities that happen in the university. But you need to know how to plan. You need to be able to adjust and plan with all the parties and all your academics, going for lectures and all those things. So we can help you do an effective timetable. So visit us for that. So that's for the counseling services. Then we have the career services. So for the career services, we help you with your career guidance. In this university, we don't want you to finish your 4 years and say that I can't get a job, or I don't know how to get a job. So we help you through your system to the university, your stay in the university from level 100 to level 400. And even when you're a graduate student, we guide you. Come and speak to us about what you want to do. Some of you have been given courses that you don't even understand it. You don't know what to do with the course, or you don't know the career options that come with the course you've been given. Come and speak to us. That's why we are there. We will assist you and help you when it comes to that. We also do some professional courses like career development courses where we teach you how to write a good CV, how to attend an interview, timetable skills, leadership skills, problem-solving skills, and all these things. Take advantage of it and come to the directorate, and we'll assist you with these things. We have a career fair that goes on every year in the university, and the career fair in the university is different from career day in primary school, where you dress like your career. No, this one, with our career day, we bring professionals in industry to come and talk to you about various professions and various careers that are available to you, and also provide opportunities for you. So they provide internship opportunities, part-time jobs, and even sometimes full-time jobs, and volunteering opportunities to students. And if you realize, if you go into your students' emails, you realize almost every week we send you opportunities, we send you internship opportunities. Take advantage of these opportunities, because when you finish school, you hear companies saying that we are looking for people with 3 years work experience, 4 years work experience. And these experiences, we start to count them whilst you are in school, the internships you've taken part in and all that. So it's actually very good for you to take part in internship and do an internship before you finish school. We also have a program where we call Transform My Community, where we take some people to deprived communities during their vacation to find ways to transform the community. Before COVID, I remember we went to the Upper East region to help in a community called Bongo District, where we found ways to help the people in that community. So if you're interested in volunteering opportunities, this is where you can come to. We have various other programs that's organized by the Careers and Counseling Directorate. Take advantage of it. Follow our social media accounts and all that. And then also on the 27th of this month, February, UG has something we are calling UG Says No to Drug on Campus. I'm inviting all of you, attend this program. It's at the Great Hall at 10 a.m. on 27th of February. Take advantage of the UG Says No to Drug. It's a launch on campus, so that you can't say that you didn't know that taking drugs on campus is illegal. We want to inform you that taking drugs on campus is illegal. We are bringing somebody who has gone through that experience of taking drugs and how it affected his life and how he was able to be helped through that. So come to the Great Hall on 27th of February. We will also make buses available so that you won't give an excuse that Great Hall is far. We'll get you buses that will take you to this program. So let me tell you where we are located. So we are located, as our lady said, we are located behind the sociology department. So if you come behind the sociology department, just ask anybody where the careers and counseling directorate is, and you'll be directed to our office. You can also use the GPS, your GPS, and then to bring you directly to our office. We also have an office behind, on top of the Kingdom Bookshop, around BAM Library. On top of it, we have an office there. We have professionals there that can help you. We have an office at Ekwafo Hall. So if you're at Ekwafo Hall, you can just go there, ask the porters for the counseling office, and they'll direct you to our office. Also at the Accra City campus, we have an office there. It's around the library at Accra City campus. So if you're at Accra City campus, you can also go there. Then if you find yourself at Kolebu campus too, we have an office over there. And I forgot to mention that on main campus too, at Jubilee Hall, we have an office there. The counselor over there is usually there on Wednesdays and Fridays. So you can visit her at the Jubilee Hall. So as I said, we have a lot of programs that we organize over here. Take advantage of it. Follow our social media accounts. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on X, TikTok, YouTube, and we have a WhatsApp channel. Follow all these things, and then thank you very much, and visit us.
Thank you very much, Madam Edwina from the Careers and Counseling Directorate. Let's clap for her once more. Oh, please clap for her. Is the momentum coming down? You know, we've extended the program partly also because you didn't come early. But you are rest assured that you are going to have some good refreshment. Not just the usual pie and drink. You're going to have food. So it's proper lunch. So please bear with us and let's finish. We have 3 more presentations and then we wrap up. It will be brief. So next on the list is from the Academic Office of College of Humanities. Let's welcome Dr. Amache.
Good afternoon. All protocols observed. Please let us slide. How many of you have challenges with your registrations? Just show by hand. How many of you? How many of you have not registered at all? So all of you have registered. That's very good news. Please let the slide flow. So I'm going to take you through your registration processes and a few important issues that you have to know about Academic Affairs Office. Thank you. So we'll go through registrations, we'll go through your HECs, we'll go through the university required courses, the UGRCs, then we'll touch on research registrations. Then we'll go through your maximum and minimum credit hours you have to take in a semester, then your duration of studies, grading system, deferment of program, examination regulations, then dropping and adding of courses. So why should a student register? Registration gives you recognition as a student. If you don't register, it means you are not a student in this university. Then registration admits you to write your examinations. In the University of Ghana, if you don't have registration, you are not allowed to take examinations. So take note of that. Then registration makes you see your grades online. And it also determines whether you can graduate, because it's your results that will reflect, it's your registration that will reflect on your results, and it's your results that will determine whether you qualify to graduate or not. And your registration also helps you obtain academic transcripts, introductory letters, and other things from the university. So let's go through the steps for registration. So you visit the university website, www.ug.edu.gh. Then under the feature links, you will see information, freshman information and registration steps. If you click on it, it will take you to you have to click for the College of Humanities and the College of Education. There's a link there for us. When you click on that, it will take you to the MIS web, where you enter your ID number and your PIN number. Then you click on registration. After, you have to read the rules and regulations for registration and accept the rules of regulations. If you don't accept the rules and regulations, you cannot proceed to do your academic registration. So you always have to accept before you proceed. Then you click on registration. It will take you to an icon, then you see qualification code, that blue link that you see. When you click on that, then you click on register for this qualification. Then you save and continue. You always have to save and continue. Then it will take you to another page. Then you what? Accept your registration. When you accept your registration, it takes you to another page, which will tell you to register your program option. So for level 100, if you've been assigned to, let's say, geography, history, and economics, when you click on that, you see your courses that you've been assigned to. That is the courses that you've been assigned to. So you see George 101, for instance, you see history 111. Then you register for your programs by taking the courses appropriately. After that, you need to register for your HECS, which is also a compulsory course that humanities and education students take in this university. After registering, you save the record. And after saving your record, you save your proof of registration or you print a copy. If you don't save the record, it will not pick the registration. So you see students moving through all these stages, but they forget to what? Save the record. So please make sure you save the record. After that, then you log out. Please, your PIN numbers are your personal identification numbers. Don't give it to your friend to do your registration for you. You should be responsible for your own registrations, because whatever goes in the system is what we presume it is what you have done, and that is what you are going to take examinations for. So you remember we talked about the HEC courses. Every program has a specific HEC courses that you are assigned to, those who have registered. So when you are choosing the HEC, there are various courses that you are supposed to choose, and you choose only one HEC. So you click on it, then you choose. Then each HEC should be between a 3 credit or a 4 credit hour, based on the course. Most of those who are doing languages as your HEC, they are called 2 courses that you have to register, and both are 2 credits. But the other main courses are 3 credits. So make sure you register for your HEC. It's very important. And it's part of your classifications. All examinations that you take in this university is considered, and it counts in your graduation. So please take note. So I also talked about UGRC. In every semester, you are going to do 2 UGRCs. So in the first semester, you will decide whether you want to take UGRC 110, Academic Crisis 1. Then you register for it this semester. Next semester, then you have to register for Critical Thinking which is also a university required course. So you decide on which UGLC you are supposed to register. You can't do 2 UGLCs in a semester. It is not done. You have to do one this semester, then the other UGLC in the following semester. So let's talk about receipts and supplementary receipts. So the university runs 2 examinations in a semester. We have the main receipt and we have supplementary receipts. When you decide to register for a main receipt, it adds up to your credit hours that you are taking in the semester. So bear in mind, you see students coming to our office, can you please extend my credit hours? No. At every level, you have a maximum credit that you can take. So bear in mind the way you do your registration. If you have receipts and you've exceeded your maximum credits, you take advantage of the supplementary receipts, then you register and take the exams. But for main receipts, you need to participate in everything that goes on in a class. Assignments, interim assessments, and then you take the end of semester examinations. That makes it the main receipt. But when you decide to do the supplementary receipt, that is a standoff examination. It's 100%, you sit in, then you write. Then at every level, you have a minimum and a maximum credit you can go. So for level 100, your minimum credits you should do is 15 credits. So if you know your minimum credits is less than 15 credits, then you should know there is a problem. Please visit our office, they will assist you. In some cases, those offering economics, math, statistics, they go beyond the 15 credits as their minimum. Then for graduation, after your 4-year program, you have to pass a minimum of 120 credits when you sum all the credit hours together. And please bear in mind, the failed courses are E and F. And if you amass more than 16 credits of E's and F's, you will not be able to graduate. Please take note of that. So duration of period of study. For level 100, you have 8 semesters minimum. Then after the minimum, under exceptional circumstances, a student who is unable to complete the minimum period may be allowed up to 4 semesters to complete his or her program. But that would be on the fee-paying basis. Please move the slide. So this is the grading system University of Ghana uses. I'm sure most of you are wondering. So when you score between 80 to 100, it's an A. When you score between 75 to 79, it's a B+. And the grade point for that is 3.5. When you score between a D, it's 50 to 54, and the grade point is 1. So you see the difference between 4 and 1. And the grade point is multiplied by your credit hours. So for instance, Econs 101 or Jog 101, it's a 3 credit hour paper. If you score an A, it's going to be 4 times 3, which will give you 12 as your total grade point average. So imagine you score a D, which is 1.0. It's going to be what? 1 times 3, which is 3. So imagine somebody having a 12 and you having a 3. Thank you. So a student, at every level, a student should be in good standing. This is part of the university regulations. So a student shall be deemed to have satisfied the requirements for progression into another level when he or she has obtained a cumulative grade point of a 1.0 or better in all examinations. So if by the end of the academic year, your cumulative grade point average is below 1.0, then you should know there's a problem. And when the problems come up, other issues will also follow. So let's look at the classification of degrees in the University of Ghana. So for you to score a first class, your grade point, your final grade point should be between a 3.60 to a 4.00. Last year, we had a student having a final grade point of a 4.00. So it happens. And it goes on. Second class upper, 3.0 to 3.59. Second class lower, 2.0 to 2.99. Third class, 1.50 to 1.99. A pass, 1.0 to 1.49. And a fail when you get below 1.0. So please, the time to start is now. Deferment of courses. For one reason or the other, as Doc said, if you want to defer your program, don't just pack your things and leave the university. You have to inform the university that for this reason, I will not be able to continue my studies for this academic year. So by then, you go through your STS and submit the deferment form. Then it will go to the academic directorate. Then based on your reason, the deferment is granted or denied. And please, you can't defer for a semester. We defer for an academic year. Because for instance, you are not able to finish the first semester. You can't come and continue second semester because you've not done the requirements for the first semester. So deferment is not done in a semester. Examination regulations, very important. So before every end of examination starts, Academic Affairs Directorate will post all the regulations governing examinations on notice boards, in your emails, and other social medias. So please, please read the regulations. It's very, very important. And these regulations must be taken serious, as these violations may lead to your dismissal or your withdrawal. So please take note of the regulations. Then when you are progressing from level 100 to 200 to 300, you may decide whether you want to major, minor, combine in your program. So think through very well before you take those decisions. If you don't take it properly, we see students getting to level 400 and they come to us. I don't want to major again. I want to combine. It's going to take you back. So please make sure you take the decisions carefully before you progress to whether option you want to take. All right, so I think that should be the end. Thank you so much. And please, I want to advise you on this. Seek information from the right source. It's very important. Academic Affairs will not send student WhatsApp messages. So please, be careful. Be careful. When you are not sure our office is there, you can just walk in. I saw this message on social media. Is it true? Don't just follow those messages that go on. It will lead you into issues. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amache, for that interesting presentation about the academic requirements of our students. Let's clap for Dr. Amache again. Thank you so much. Next is the Students' Financial Aid Office. Let's welcome Miss Selina Saka for her presentation. Let's welcome her with a round of applause, please.
So good afternoon, everyone. Right, I want to see by the show of hands how many of you have took part in the main university's orientation session, and how many of you saw the slides from or saw the presentation of the Students' Financial Aid Office. Please, can you raise them very high? Okay, so I'm going to task everyone The Students' Financial Aid Office is a very important unit in the university, and I want to appeal to you that since we already have this resource, you go back and then engage with that presentation. I don't want to prolong this, so I'm just going to give you a very quick overview. Much earlier, when the Dean was presenting her remarks, she talked about the fact that one of the pillars, in fact, the pivot pillar of the strategic plan of the University of Ghana is to provide transformative student experiences for you. How many of you have heard that? Right. So the university is very intentional on this, and nearly every unit you would engage with is particularly structured so that we are able to provide transformative student experiences. And the Student Financial Aid Office is one of such units. Not everyone needs financial aid. And it's one of those things that you have to keep at the back of your mind. Not everybody needs it. But you find yourself sitting in classes with people who you know need financial aid. And what tends to happen is that sometimes people who need financial aid tend to self-seclude. So if you encounter someone in your class who's struggling to get by, kindly refer them to the Students' Financial Aid Office where we can provide help for them. Now, we have different kinds of financial aid in the university. We have partial aid and we have comprehensive packages. The comprehensive packages cater to nearly everything you need to survive in the university. So we cover tuition, we cover accommodation, we cover stipends, and in some cases, we even add something little for books, all right? Then we have partial scholarships. Sometimes your needs are not so bad. With just a little help, you can get by. And so we have scholarships that help such people in this category to, with very little, covering sometimes just tuition, other times it's just a flat sum. And so I'd like you to look out for all of these packages. What happens is that whenever we have scholarships, we send each student an email. Have any of you received emails yet? We've currently advertised 2 financial aid scholarships, and we've sent each student an email. So engage with the university email, and you would see every notice that we send. Apart from sending these notices to your email addresses, we also paste them on every notice board in the university. So in your lecture halls, you would see these notices. You would see them at your halls. You see them at any public place of any public notice board. You should be very sure to find our notices there. I saw something. I saw part-time job opportunities. We don't do much of those these days because subvention limits our ability to be able to pay. I mean, we are just barely getting by ourselves on our budgets. And so we are not able to accommodate part-time job opportunities. So please, can you scroll? I want to just do a quick run through some of the scholarships we have. Yes. So some of the scholarships we have are listed below. We have the SRC Ibibwa Scholarship. The SRC every year provides funding that makes it possible for people amongst us who are not able to raise the necessary fees to be able to benefit from this so that they can progress. We also have partners like Test for Ghana. We have Baker Hughes. We have the Ajayi Endowment Scholarship. We have Foswaba. Please, can we have Standard Chartered Bank. We have Ernst & Young. We have Latex Foam, and we have, like, as you would see, as they are listed. Now, maybe you don't need a scholarship, but you know someone who can help us fund a scholarship. We are very open to this. We we have corporate arrangements, but we also encourage individuals to support us in instituting scholarships. So maybe you are here and your mom or your dad or some other person you know is in a position to support with scholarships. Please, we'll be happy if you can contact our office and provide this information to us. We'll follow up on the leads. These are some of the very comprehensive ones we have. Fondation, it's very comprehensive in nature. It covers your tuition, your accommodation, your stipend, but it also requires of you a minimum standard. So if you were on these particular scholarships listed here, and then you fell below a CGPA of 3.0, you'll be taken off the scholarship. Of course, we have other agencies that support us, government agencies. We have GMPC, Get Fund, Ghana Scholarship, and Ghana Gas Company. Currently, the Get Fund has advertised, and Get Fund is very generous in their awards. So I would like to encourage any person who is not able to raise the required fee to consider applying to Get Fund. In fact, currently in the University of Ghana alone, we have over 1,000 scholarships administered by Get Fund. So please make it a point to explore Get Fund. They have a current advert that's running. So to be eligible for our scholarships, you just have to be a Ghanaian, all right? You have to be a Ghanaian. In the past, we looked at only regular students, but recently we've made a case. We realized that for most of the science programs, they are offered on fee-paying basis, and we think that fee-paying could create some, could exclude some people from being able to access a university education. So we've opened it up. So it's opened up to both regular and fee-paying students. You must also be you should be able to demonstrate your financial need to us. The process is so rigorous. Many people don't complete it. They begin and they don't complete because it requires that you provide documentation to show or to demonstrate that you really need the financial aid. And beyond all of this, would subject you to an interview. So if you were not telling us the truth, we find ways of of interrogating you and finding out the truth. So you should be very careful what you say. Recently, I had 2 young girls come to my office. And they had been selected, they had gone through an interview process, and we called them to ask for some information and found out that they had lied to us. In fact, what they had filled on the form and what they had said were just too opposing, whatever. So we took them off the scholarship. So don't lie. Their parents, I think their father is a dentist, and they came in saying their father is a carpenter, just because they wanted a scholarship. Their father is not in their lives, and under normal circumstances, they might qualify for the scholarship. But just by virtue of the fact that they lied, we don't encourage that. We will take you out, even if you have the need. So just come and tell us the truth, and then we assess your need and support you. As a matter of principle, we are very, very, very careful, and we have a very open door policy. We try to extend help to anyone who comes for help. So you will get some amount of help. So just come, don't lie, don't be fraudulent, just come and then speak to us, and we are able to advise you on how to go about covering your tuition and other things. So for the various scholarships, these are the cut-off points we usually take. So for Fondation, we have if you're a continuing student, we have a limited, a cut-off of 3.5 CGPA. But if you were in level 100, then you could apply if you made a 14 or better. For education pathways, you should have made 11 or better. Or if you're a continuing student, at a 3.5 for 3.5 for social science and 3.7 for the sciences, you should be able to apply for a scholarship. And so you see the other cutoffs listed. I think the most generous is the SRC. They have a cutoff point of 1.5. All right. Please, we can go to the next. So the current adverts we have are the Education Pathway Scholarship, and then the Fondation Scholarships. If you have made cutoffs of 14, you can apply for the Fondation. And if you've made cutoffs better than an 11, you can apply for the Education Pathways. We are going to open scholarships for the UG and SRC sometime in May. So look out for those adverts, but we'll definitely send you emails. All right. So I know all of you have phones, and you are you should look out for most of the information you would need on scholarships would be found on our website, which is www.ug.edu.gh.financial-aid. All right? So look out for our website and engage with it. And that's the surest way to get the information you need. Please, I think you can project to where they can find our office. So to find our office, how many of you know the GCB lecture hall? All right. So the GCB lecture hall is just next to the N block. All right. It's next to the N block. It's a big white building, and we share offices with the security directorate. So come and let's have conversations if you need, or if you think you are in a place where you need financial aid. Would support you, would provide all the necessary information you need, and you can take it from that point. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Selena, for that insightful presentation. Please take opportunity of all these packages that the university is offering you. So visit their website, visit their office, and you will be sorted. Last on the presentation list is from the Information Technology Directorate, formerly University of Ghana Computing Systems, UGCS. Let's welcome Mr. Walter Brown.
Okay, good afternoon. I hear I have just 10 minutes, so I'll be quick for you. Okay, so how many of you have been to IT Directorate and your emails are still not working? Usually I prefer the complaints. Okay, so we are very few. Okay, so the IT Directorate is responsible for all your technology needs in University of Ghana. We basically support learning and research, communication, and collaboration. We provide support for your assessments, your online assessments. Some are online, sometimes they're also computer-based, but not online. Those who are doing things related to economics and maybe accounting, you'll get to know about that. I need to raise it up. Okay. I hope you can all hear me now. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is your official student account, which is your email. Some of you will type it without your ST before the UG, then you come to us telling us your email is not working. So let's all take note of how the emails are structured. Your emails are Microsoft Outlook accounts. They are not Gmail, they are not any other account, they are Microsoft Outlook. If you are using Android or you are using an iPhone, you just download the Microsoft Outlook app and you should be able to log in. We have a two-step authentication for our emails now, which means that aside you, someone else cannot log into your account. So always make sure you set up your two-step authentication. If you have any challenge, you can send us an email. You can use your personal emails to send us an email. We will definitely respond to you. So your emails also give you access to Microsoft's Office package. That's the Office 365, which means you can use Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel. I'm sure at some point you will have some assignments where you have to type in Word. So your email will give you access to that. You also get access to the mailing list. So various departments or various units, directories have mentioned that they've sent emails to all students. Once you're on the emailing list, you should be receiving it. If you are not receiving it, please report to us so that we can help you out. Then we have the learning management system, Sakai. Most of you know it as Sakai. Sakai is not a person, it's not a place. It is a system. Okay, and you will find it on the university website. You can select the learning management system or Sakai. It will take you to the home page. You log in with your ID number and your PIN. Most people have mentioned that your ID and your PIN are of a personal, are personal to you. We keep on saying this because not everyone here is here to study or is here to be, let's say, truthful to each other. You give your ID number and your PIN to a friend, help you to log and, register your courses. There's an IA and it is online offsite. I don't know if any of you have started online offsite IAs, but you get quite a lot of those complaints. Their friend or someone else might have logged into their account and done the test for them. They didn't do the test for you. They just wanted to preview the questions before they do theirs. And the easiest way of doing it is to use your account. And if you are not lucky and your examiner has set it to be submitted only once, then that is it. When you come to us, there is no way of proving that you are not the one who did the test or did not take the test. Okay, so please let's take note of that. Okay, and you also have access to campus-wide Wi-Fi. Well, it's not 100%, but in most places you will find connectivity to Wi-Fi, your halls, your departments. Use your ID. Here again, use your ID and your PIN to get access to Wi-Fi. So if you decide to give your PIN out to other people, and we find out that one person is logged into Wi-Fi in about 100 places, we'll block you. Because maybe you are using your Wi-Fi for commercial purposes. So you would end up realizing that you can't connect to the Wi-Fi, and it's not because you've not done anything illegal, but you just give it out to someone else. So with student information services, with your information systems, that's your MIS web, where you do your registration, as Dr. Amachi has mentioned and a few have mentioned, you will get access to your student records, your results, anything about you will be found there. And maybe I'll need to just add this. University of Ghana is not SHS. You don't come here and finish, and when everyone has finished, it means that we are all done with school. As Dr. Machi mentioned, every semester there's a number of credit hours that you are supposed to take, and you are supposed to check for your results. We see people come to our office, and 4 years in University of Ghana, they've never ever logged into MIS to even check if their courses were registered properly or their results are there. And they are in their final year, and their GPA is 0.5, 0.7. And they think it's just a normal ride. You just finish school and then you are gone. That's not how it is. Okay, so please take note of that. Then we have our computer labs and our digital learning spaces. So we have the UGIT Directorate labs. We have labs at BAM Library that you can have access to. So those of you who don't have computers and maybe might not be lucky to get computers through the One Student, One Laptop initiative, you can go to some of these spaces to use computers. We use these spaces for online on-site exams too. I'm sure as we go along the way, you'll get to know what online on-site exams are, but simply they are computer-based exams using Sakai but you come to the lab and you sit under supervision to take them. So you are not sitting in the comfort of your room to do it. You are doing it online, but under supervision. So as long as there are no eyes in that lab and there's no class going on, then you have access to the space to use it. We also offer free training to students. So we have free IT training. If it's unfortunately where you came from, you've not used a computer before, but you are asked to do assignments, type Word documents, and that kind of thing. We have free IT training. Don't wait till you've been given an assignment before you come. Take the opportunity now, come and let's teach you something that will be useful to you over the period of your studies. And there are also other trainings, not just word processing and all that. There are other trainings that usually are advertised through the university email system. Assistive technology, I'm not going to talk much because Prof. Yendok did justice to that. So I hope you are all familiar with what she said. IT security and responsible use. There was a mention of not just following every message on WhatsApp and assuming that it's from the university. I know most of you or all of you have some groups that you have joined. Some of you even joined those WhatsApp groups before you came to University of Ghana. And sometimes there are messages like, if you are not able to log into your email, post your email address and your ID number so that we can help you to log in. Your email and your ID number is a clue as to how to log into your email, which means that that person is going to have first access to your email. That person is going to have first access to your ID and PIN and any other thing about you, University of Ghana. So the minute you post in those groups or you follow some of these messages, you're already giving out your details. So let's keep our details religiously, and let's be a bit more careful about the groups that we join. Maybe I can tell a short story, just 1 minute. In my 3rd year of working in University of Ghana, a lady walks into our office and she's like, she wants to talk to the head of this unit. She has a problem. And I have this policy of not taking people to my office to talk to them because sometimes it is something else. My fellow men here understand what I mean. So I was like, I mean, we have an open office, and you can say whatever you want to say. She sat down quietly, she couldn't talk. For like 30 minutes, she was just there. I was going about my work. Finally, I asked one of my ladies to go and talk to her. They spoke to her, and she was like, this one, you have to take it to your office. We went into the office. She had joined this WhatsApp group, giving out her email, and then a possible password that they can set for her. That password was the same password as her iCloud account. There was no two-step authentication on her iCloud account, and she had also given her personal email address, which was being used for her iCloud account. She had very sensitive information in her iCloud account, and now she was being blackmailed. And she had to go through guidance and counseling and all that until finally the person was arrested. Unfortunately for her, or unfortunately for us, that person who happened to do this was not working for IT directorates, but was someone who had been in the system for long and knew that students are very careless about these things and was taking advantage of it. So I hope this gives you an example of the dangers that you can face sometimes if you don't use IT and your electronic services properly. With our support services, you can send, I think, please go to, I think the next two, yes, here. So I mentioned that you can send us an email for assistance. The email address there comes directly to IT Directorate, and we'll provide you whatever services you need without you having coming all the way to our office. You get a ticket number and you can always refer to it. Your responsibilities as a student, please next. So with your responsibilities as a student, I think we've talked about this over and over, so I can go ahead to the next thing. So in conclusion, I would like to let you know that UG provides digital tools that would efficiently help improve your academic experience So just take advantage of them. If you have any problem using them, our offices are always open to you. You can always pass by. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walter Brown from ITD. Let's appreciate him once more. Thank you so much. We want to invite our student executives, the sex department. If you know you are speaking on behalf of your student association, please, the 6 of you, just come and stand here and then come and tell us briefly, within 1 minute, something about your department that the students should know. So let's welcome our student association executives from the sex department.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lodi Efiamakwamriku, the General Secretary for the Political Science Students Association, and today I'll be representing the Political Science Students Association. The Department of Political Science at the University of Ghana is an academic unit within the School of Social Sciences, which is part of the College of Humanities, that focuses on the study of politics, governance, public policy, government systems, and international relations. It is one of the oldest and largest political departments in Ghana and West Africa, with a strong reputation for teaching, research, and public engagement. Our motto is integrity and national development. When it comes to our teaching and academic programs, it offers undergraduate and postgraduate programs, and including Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Advanced.
Can you just focus on what the association does and refer them to come and see you because of that?
Okay.
What the association does and then refer them to you to come over for more discussions because of that.
Okay, sure. So I'll move on to the executive structure. We have the president, the vice, the general secretary, the treasurer, and the organizing secretary. And we have various committees of the association. Also, the Political Science Students Association was the first department set up the POSA Parliament, like as we have in the Ghana's Parliament. We have POSA Parliament, and it has led to the establishment of other parliaments in other departments. So we go with the mantra, POSA, POSA, and we say always ahead. So for more information, you can reach out to me or any of our other executives. I am Lodi Efiamakwamriku once again, and I'm a UGSRC General Secretary aspirant. Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. I know you are very, very tired, so I'll try my best to make it very brief. My name is Emanuela Oforiwa Easy, the General Secretary for Sociology Students Association. Dr. Fideli already spoke to us about what sociology is about, so my key focus will be on the association. So with the association, we have our president, we have the vice president, the general secretary, the organizing secretary, and also the treasurer. As an association, we focus on channeling the affairs of the students, their troubles, and everything that they want to their patron and the departments at large. So when it comes to our association, we have the debates community, we organize fan trips. I mean, we are paying our dues. So let's show up and show off, and then come utilize our money as we can. Do have a good afternoon. My name is Emanuela Oforiwa, a University of Ghana SRC General Secretary aspirant. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Josephine Usansan, the president for the Association of Students of Social Work. And my HOD has already welcomed all of you. So I guess he didn't talk about some of the career opportunities that social workers have. So as graduates of social work, we have diverse opportunities. We can work as social welfare officers with government institutions, community development officers with NGOs, also as medical social workers in health facilities. We can also further to become a lawyer. So as students, we are encouraged to remain dedicated, disciplined, and open to learning environment. The department stands with you throughout your training. As the leader of the executive board, we are promising that there will be more classes, there will be a good facility in terms of library and all. So as social work students, you can always come to the library because the place is open for you. That's where to get more knowledge. So once again, you are welcome to the social work department. We wish you the best in your studies so that you can graduate with good grades in 2030. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Yvette Amabudukuma, the General Secretary for Geography and Resource Development Students Association. And geography is a mother of all discipline. This field is so versatile. Your career path is wide open. We are talking about lucrative roles in GIS, urban planning, and environmental management. But here is what makes our department special. So the legacy, the department was established in the year 1948, and we have a student association which is known as GRETSA. So if you have any problem, you just come to the executive. Since I'm the general secretary, I channel your grievances with my other executives, and we work towards the good of the association. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. We've all heard that economics is difficult, but what is often left out is that economics is something that can be learned and something that can actually be used. Economics is not just being a genius. It's not about being a genius or about loving math. Economics is about understanding why prices change, why governments make certain decisions, and why some policies work and others don't. Will you struggle at a point? Yes, you will. But struggling doesn't mean you are not smart enough. It means you are learning something new. We have lecturers around, we have students, but who will be able to help you once you ask them. Beyond the lecture halls, UGS is there and has organized a lot of activities. Please do well to partake in the activities organized by the department. So instead of being afraid of economics, come with an open mind, ask questions, make mistakes, and enjoy the process. By the time you graduate, you realize that economics didn't just give you a degree, it changed your way of thinking. My name is Philip Owayo, the General Secretary for UGS, and welcome to Economics Department. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to extend my appreciation to the Dean, faculty members present, the head of department, and the students, level 100s. You are all welcome to the University of Ghana. So I would like to take you through a brief history about the psychology department, some misconceptions, very short, very short. Okay, so the psychology as an academic discipline started in the University of Ghana in the year 1963. And it was under the sociology department until the year 1967, where the department was established. Where the department was established. And one misconception about psychology is that a lot of people outside the field of psychology think that psychology is about reading the minds of people, which is not true. Psychology is not about tricks and magic. Psychology is about studying the minds of human beings and others. And one may also ask that after studying psychology, what will be the job opportunities available? As a psychologist, you can work everywhere depending on your field of studies. Someone will say that I want to work in the military. We have military psychologists there. Others who want to work in the health facilities. We have clinical psychologists there. We have health psychologists, and we have neuropsychologists. Others too might want to work in the legal sector. We have forensic psychologists and others. So the psychology department, we have 5 executives: the president, the vice, the general secretary, the financial secretary, and the organizing secretary. You can reach out to us anytime you need help, and we'll be glad to help you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, the executives of the 6 student associations. So please follow up with them and clarify any information you need about your department. Please, is the photographer around? Okay. We are rounding up with the program, and so I would like to give some closing remarks on behalf of the Dean. We apologize for the stretch of the program, but I believe it's all in your interest. Okay? So please, the university is a community, and like all of us have said, there are good ones, there are bad ones. Some might influence you wrongly. We are being told that these days there's cryptocurrency, there is the use of drugs, online scams, and all of that. Please behave yourselves and don't fall victims of such malpractices. And then also develop your emotional intelligence as you move through this university, so that once you graduate, you become a complete, well-rounded person. So we would like to thank you so much on this note for coming and attending to our call. This is the first of programs that you will be having with you. Along the line, we are going to roll out so many programs, and we believe you will join us during those programs. So on that note, thank you very much, and God bless us all for coming. In terms of announcements, we are all going to take a photograph. So students, you rise on your feet, you get up. Our resource persons, please, you also get up and then just stand behind them while the photographer takes all of us. Once we are done with the photography, we are going to have your refreshment. We are going to have some lunch. It will be served this way and that way. So don't rush to go out. You'll all be served. Once you go out, you take your food. And from there, the idea was to have a walk to our School of Social Science, but because of the rain, that is not possible. So once after a photography and refreshment, we can disperse. Thank you very much. Please, I'm told you should move closer to the center. Move closer to the center so that we can capture all of us. Thank you very much.